This is row 1, seat 1.
Well, this is nice. When did we start doing this? Nobody told me about this. I thought everything sucked now. Do you have a card?
You shake my bones and you rat on my balls.
I'm going to, okay? Jada, I love you. Can't wait to see it. All right?
Luck is for dudes.
I'm like, Joey can't get to his damn computer and phone fast enough to just smash everything he can possibly say.
That means every fucking thing to me.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Broncos country.
Meh.
Let's ride. Row 1, seat 1 country. Let's also ride. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on another fantastically glorious episode of Row 1, Seat 1 right here on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. It is so good to be back. Thank you both, Paul, Sean, for joining me
What up?
here on this glorious Tuesday evening. Boys, we've got some things to talk about. Some serious things,
Some shit
not
happened.
so serious things. Some footballs being broken off in people's asses. We've got plenty of things to go around here tonight, but there is a lot to talk about in the world of sports. And I am very excited for this evening's show. We've got a lot planned. We've got MLB. We've got the NFL. Obviously, who doesn't have the NFL? The NFL is king. We're going to talk everything week number 3. We're going to talk everything coming up in week number 4. Starting off with those Bengals jerseys on fucking Thursday night. The whiteout jerseys. Whoa.
I thought they were cool.
Listen, they're pretty rad. I'm not going to lie. They're cool if, like, you know, you're playing for Oregon and this is the Pac-12. But other than that, I don't know if I'm not so sure I'm fucking with it, baby.
Do you know what I would like on those jerseys more?
What would you like more?
Reverse the colors. Like
Make them black with the white
Bingo.
That
I think
would
those.
be-
I think those would look more badass.
and less racist somehow. Colin
Yes!
Colin Kaepernick would somehow approve of this message.
I hate when they put things in white out, and then you just scroll through comments. You see one person be like, "Fucking racist." like no matter what it is, like you'll always see it, no
Yeah,
matter
you're
what you're
like-
talking about. You
Well,
be talking
it's
about
just-
white out pens.
At this point, I just do it just to be an asshole. But we're gonna get into Mac Jones going down possibly
Yeah.
for the year. We've got some we've got some Sunday news. We've got a little bit of Week 4 news coming up. We got some rumors. We've got some rumblings involving your New England Patriots.
Mhm.
Now that quarterback position has been vacated for what appears to be the season.
Uh-oh. Brian Hoyer stepping in.
Almost
Hoya the Destroyer.
him not getting surgery sounds like him trying to come back. If he gets surgery, it's over. Because the surgery he would have gotten or would receive
Yeah, but he-
would be the same surgery that Tua had in college, not the hip one, the other surgery, and almost the same surgery that Trey Lance just received. So if you get that surgery, you're done.
Yeah, for the year, but wouldn't you be better off in the long run?
He wants to play through it, though. That is the rumor is he wants to take 2 weeks, put like a fucking like extra thick padded brace on it, and just
And
go out there and
why
play.
do you think he wants to play through it, Sean?
Because Mac
Because-
is worried about his job.
He knows his job could be in question, and we know why it could be in question because the rumor mill is a-swirling. We will get to that a little bit later. We will get to my Denver Broncos and the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday Night Football, where if you watch that game, all 5 of your senses were probably offended in what was a pretty ugly game to have suffered through. But
The first time in 25 years a score like that happened?
no, the 10-5 game would have – well, yeah, probably.
No, 11-10.
11-10, yeah, and then there was the 10-5, potential, which
It's only happened like 3 times in history.
was crazy.
Really?
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
And the worst thing is
I'm watching it, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Why is there 5
Don't worry.
points on the board?
Don't worry, I'll explain to
From
you.
any team, I didn't care.
I'll explain to you why what happened, and we'll get into it, and we'll go from there. But we'll get into everything that happened in Week 3, including the Buffalo Bills pulling off the upset against the
Reverse that.
the Miami Dolphins pulling off the upset against the Buffalo Bills.
Not the only upset that
It
happened.
wasn't the only upset.
Calm down. Calm
There,
yourself.
Paul.
Wasn't the only upset.
all
that
you could hear was just
happened.
under the table. That was
Yeah.
Paul. That was Paul getting erect
Did you
at the
count
thought.
that? Did you pick the Chiefs?
Oh, I picked the Chiefs. Of course I did.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Guess who didn't pick the Chiefs? This
Yeah,
guy
you.
right here. I was right.
I picked the Chiefs.
You and Miguel, the only people that picked the
I
the
picked
Colts.
the Colts, bitch, because I ride my motherfucking team.
Paul is ride or die. He's like, I don't give a shit if I'm only right 3 times this year. I'm
Yep.
riding with the Colts every week.
Ride or
So
die.
3 glorious rights. That's all I have to say.
We'll get into that. We'll get into the Chargers, who just I swear to God, that franchise is cursed. We'll get into the best teams in the NFL, the worst teams in the NFL. We'll get into a little MLB. Aaron Judge and Albert Pujols both making history or chasing history and making history.
Yeah. One made, one
Let's
chasing.
start off right down in South Beach in Miami in the 305.
LeBron James.
We're gonna get into Mac Jones in a second, so Patriot fans, hold on to your butts. We'll get into that in a second. See what I did there?
You need a
But
Samuel L. Jackson. Come on, pop on the screen. Hold on to your butt.
hold on to your butts,
Hold on to your
because
butts.
butts were a prominent theme in Miami on Sunday. This game was, for all intents and purposes, this was the 1 o'clock game to watch. This was the big 1 o'clock game. You were most intrigued by this game if you had no horse in the race. You were sitting there looking at going, damn, okay. Let's see if Tua and the Dolphins are the real deal. I mean, everybody's already crowned the Buffalo Bills to be the best team in the league, and look with good reason. Okay,
I can just see this coming back to bite them in the ass at the end of the season when they want home field advantage, and for some reason they lose and they don't fucking get it.
Can you though?
No,
I don't know. I
dude,
don't know.
no. I can't picture this. The one thing I wanted out of this game, I hate when people say quarterback battle because everyone knows how I feel about Tua. This game came down to really show that, man, Miami's defense is a fucking wagon. They beat the shit out of Buffalo. And I love that. I love that with defenses.
There was a lot
the
of-
Patriots defense this year. They're not great. But they beat the shit out of the Baltimore Ravens. It was
Right.
physical. I love physical defenses. That's a big it gets you going.
There
watching the
seems to
games.
be a common theme of a breakdown of offensive lines this past week. It seemed
everyone's getting hurt.
Every fucking good quarterback was getting rushed, getting sacked. The O lines were just like, meh.
It's almost as if offenses take a little bit of time to come out of the gate and warm up and get going.
Shh, don't tell people that. Don't tell people.
I know. It's like this big secret that only people who actually watch football know about.
Well, it's just crazy. It's just I'm looking at it. I'm watching all the games, and I'm like, man, there's a lot of sacks this week. There's a lot of rush quarter. I'm like,
It
there's a lot
always
of-
starts
I
off the
know.
first month of the season. Defenses are always dominant, and then by the end of September, the good offenses start. The ones that are, the good ones usually come out the gate firing, like the Chiefs and the Bills and so on and so forth. And then you've got the ones that are fledgling around, like the Broncos, the Raiders, the Chargers, that you're expecting great things out of, but you're like, what the fuck? And then by the end of September, that's when you start to see the good teams start to be like, oh, right. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, now we remember how to move the ball. Gotcha. But down in Miami, listen, you guys both said it. Sean, we know what you think of Tua. We know what the Bills are made of. This was one of those instances, right? I'm gonna be a realist and an objective talk radio sports talk radio host right now. Okay, we are going to do two things here tonight. We are going to give the Miami Dolphins credit for winning that football game against the Buffalo Bills. Okay,
Absolutely.
they
That
deserve
defense,
all the credit in the
that
world.
defense.
And we are simultaneously not going to crown the Miami Dolphins because they beat the Buffalo Bills in Week 3. Okay, we know how to walk that line.
Division game.
Where we can exactly.
Early division game. Dude.
Paul said it on Sunday. He's like, I'm not surprised. He's like, this is a division game. He goes, when even though the AFC East has been shit, division games have always been one of those like, oh fuck, like you just don't know.
You see each other every division all the time. Those guys see each other more than they see any other team.
Duh.
Right.
That's it. That's the common question of it. You're like, I'm going to see this motherfucker 3 times next year or 2 times next year. It sucks.
Two times.
Well, 3 if you go playoffs or
Well,
whatever
yeah,
else.
but
I'm just hypothetically throwing it out there.
But I get what you're saying. I do. And what it comes down to though is when you have the Bills and the Bills and the Dolphins. The Dolphins, like you said, Sean, their defense is playing fucking lights out. I mean, that defense has been. They brutalized the Patriots Week 1. Okay, they won that game last week against Baltimore. I know that offensively they went off, but it was the defense that got the ball back for Tua
In the whole second half, absolutely.
in the whole second half and just did work.
They just won it.
And then they went and, I mean, was there suspect play calls? Yeah. I mean, would Ken Dorsey have probably liked to see Isaiah McKenzie just go down rather than trying to get to the sidelines and save 3 seconds?
We have that, by the way. That freak out was the best.
It was a great. We'll play the freak out. I'll pull that up. Did you send it in the group chat already?
Oh no, Miguel posted it.
Oh, Miguel posted it. Okay, Miguel, friend of the radio program. Miguel Myers, our intern, posted it on the Row One Seat One page. You can go there and check it out if you haven't seen Ken Dorsey freaking out already, which I'm sure you have, because let's be honest, that was fucking front page, wall to wall news. Like that was the clip of the week.
They asked him about it like 15 minutes later.
Until
he goes, yeah. He goes. I wasn't happy the game ended. He goes, were you? And he's like laughing about it. He's like, yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
So remember last week we talked about, like Carl Nassib, when he gets on the bottom of a pile, do you think he enjoys it just a little bit more? And this week we had the butt punt. I mean, so we had Dan Orlovsky off the hook.
Yep. He was pumped.
And Mark Sanchez being like, yo, bro, stay out of my lane. For all the wrong reasons. And this is the reason why. I mean, we all know the butt punt, how it happened, but let's just take a quick look.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is probably my favorite play of the year. And I know it's only week 3, but I doubt that anything is going to happen that is going to supersede this.
I don't know. This is risky.
Oh
my goodness! Blocked indeed.
I mean, this is going to smash your rating.
And we just told you he's only had one blocked in 14 years.
And immediately after it, too.
And he goes right down. And, if you look at the still, which we have right here, you look at this still frame, I mean, that thing is lodged in his rectum. That is in there. And then we were able to acquire a close-up visual of that special teams player for the Dolphins' face as the ball entered his ass. And we got the look on his face as it hit him in the ass, and there you have it. And it sounded a little something like this. Ball, ass. It was one of those. It was just kind of one of those things where you were like, "Oh, damn," and it just totally fucking butt fucked him, and it literally butt fucked him.
I need to see one of those ESPN like behind the play things, like at this angle. Yes. At this angle, his foot was traveling at 176 miles per hour.
Yeah.
The velocity of the ball ricocheting off this man's ass.
How fast do you think a kicker's leg travels?
Oh, if you ask Pat McAfee, it's 300 miles an hour. Pat McAfee said 300 miles an hour. He said his leg, 300 miles an hour.
I bet it's probably something close to 100 miles an hour.
But Matt, if anybody heard Pat talking about this play, fucking hysterical. And he
awesome.
also says, he goes, the bruise on that man's ass. He goes, he can't sit straight for a week.
Yeah.
Every time he sits down for the next week.
Facts. He's gonna be fucked.
You just see it. Like, you could just see. Like,
He wants
God,
an IA from the Dolphins.
Yeah.
He wants a fucking IA, industrial accident. He's like, yo.
Do you think he enjoyed it just a little bit?
He fell down like immediately and turned around like, what happened?
Yeah. Could
was
you
just like-
imagine?
He was like, yeah, that was all just a cover up because secretly inside he was enjoying it.
Who was the
Could you
player?
imagine if it was Carl Nassib that was back
Who was
there
the
blocking?
player? First of all, Carl Nassib cannot be protector.
Yeah, but imagine if he was.
He would not. He signed up for it now, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'd be like, yo,
Yeah, do you think Carl
do you
Nassib
mean
watched
that
that
can
play
happen?
and was like, wait,
that can
that
happen.
can happen?
That's fucked.
Messed up.
Carl Nassib
His team is 0-3.
Carl Nassib watched
know.
that play and he was like,
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah.
he just calls the guy and he's like, hey man, how's your tuchus feeling?
Oh. Oh, that's too fucked. I feel bad. Who was that got hit anyway?
I don't
don't know.
fucking know.
He's number
I don't even
14.
know. But all I know is just, I mean, when you
Running back,
really
maybe?
when you look at this face, I mean, and you just see that face, and you just go, I mean, it works. It works. And you just look at how flat. Look at the indentation.
I know, dude. How
That thing is, that ball
Trent
is buried.
Sherfield?
Trent Sherfield.
Trent Sherfield was just all.
All right, you.
Trent Sherfield that punt.
That was lame.
Really though?
Trent Sherfield that in his ass.
That's great. You gotta be kidding me. His name is Trent Sherfield, and he got yes. Yeah. Trent Sherfield that
Wide
ball.
receiver. So yeah,
Yeah.
had to be him.
Wow.
There you go.
That is so amazing.
That's fucking awesome. You
Trent
can't make that shit up.
Sherfield.
You cannot make that shit
That's
up.
beautiful. Crazy.
Yeah, 774-992-8702 is the phone number if you want to give us a call. We're talking Dolphins Bills right now, and obviously the butt punt, which it definitely evoked a few out of people as it happened. But it was one of those things that it will forever live in infamy. I don't know that it won't ever go down in history as big as the butt fumble did, because the butt fumble was primetime Thanksgiving night,
Right.
with the division on the line, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And the Patriots won the game, and that was a big part of them winning the game. It was like highlight blooper reel forever.
Yeah, it was good.
If the Dolphins had lost this game, I think this play would probably live a lot longer.
Right.
And
he
lore.
punted off his ass and went up and
But
somebody
because they
picked
won it,
off.
I think you're going to see a lot of people just be like, well, it was funny, but they
right.
still won, so who
Right.
cares? It doesn't
Right.
really matter.
If they lost because of that play, it'd be a different story.
If they lost because of that play, we would be talking about it forever.
Yeah.
But they didn't. And for that, fuck you, Miami. You fucking robbed us of that. Because this is going to be forgotten within like 3 weeks.
Why does it always happen to AFC East teams?
I don't know.
A lot of ass happening in the AFC East.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
press that button. I saw your hand go back to it really fast.
No.
Hey, Tom Brady, your kid hasn't gotten a kiss in a while. 774-992-8702. All right, let's get a little bit serious here.
We can talk about Tom Brady rumor news too.
Yes, we
What's
can.
that?
I can't think of his name. The main reporter for Tampa Bay Bucks, the guy that's like the best friend of Brady, Stroud or some shit. His name
Yes.
is. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? The clean shaven guy. Yep. He talks to Brady off record all the time. He said he believes Brady's upset because he doesn't have a friend on the team that he can like talk to. And I said to myself, I'm like, if this is any remotely bit true, this is the most embarrassing shit I've ever heard in my life.
Rick Stroud.
Rick Stroud, thank you. And he thinks that he's been begging Gronk behind the scenes to come back.
What do you mean he doesn't have a friend to talk to?
Because he's going through
Ronry.
Yes, because he's going through so
Ronry.
much like personal shit, and he needs somebody that he's been like close with to like talk to. And I was like, if that's true, just fucking retire.
He needs somebody
Just
to be
quit.
like, listen, man, like I've been fucking around on Giselle, and like I need one of my boys to vent to. You know what I'm saying? It's like we've all had that one friend that's fucking around on their significant other, and they got nobody to tell, and just get pent up, and eventually they blow up their own spot because they don't have anybody to talk to.
Is this Ime?
They need that vent. They need that.
Ime
Is this
Udoka.
Ime? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about Ime. How the fuck did we blow that too in the lead of the show? We are going to talk about Ime Udoka too. We got some fucking theories on Ime Udoka, and they are super solid theories.
I think Bill Burr nailed
Super solid. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But let's, while we're on quarterbacks, let's. So yes, the Bills. Listen, like we said, we're super serious for 1 minute. Give the Miami Dolphins all the credit in the world for beating the Buffalo Bills. They're 3-0. They are the number one seed in the AFC as we currently sit, which is
that team would be a tank with
absolutely
a middle of the road quarterback.
If they had acquired Deshaun Watson,
Fucking, you can't go Deshaun because Deshaun would have been suspended the whole league, the whole year.
okay, if they had acquired Deshaun Watson, and the Dolphins and Stephen Ross had made that go away, which he probably would have because the Browns are retarded and they don't know how to do anything. they're still like Fred Kitchens. They like, hey Cleveland, who's your best head coach in the last 10 years? Fred Kitchens. They're like, why'd you fire him? Well, it's like Fred Kitchens. No, so if they had, okay, Deshaun Watson. Let's say they got Russ Wilson instead.
Mm-hmm.
If the Dolphins had Russ, which actually I don't really feel like is that far off from what Denver has right now, so 6-1, it's the same thing. But yes.
No, but out of a normal quarterback, you would get consistency. That's the thing they're missing. Like Tua's very inconsistent, and Tua's always hurt. I'm sorry, he's always fucking.
Tua's gonna get hurt before long, and that's and
he got fucking rocked on a push.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Let's talk about that injury real quick. That because you know how the NFL is supposed to be all super serial about concussions and the protocols.
Don't underestimate.
It's a push.
Don't underestimate falling back and hitting your head like that.
Should that have been a penalty?
No. No, it shouldn't have been a penalty, but should he have been pulled off the field by the quote-unquote independent neurologist that the NFL employs? Absolutely.
I fell back like that one time. Caught the back edge of my snowboard, and I fell back on my ass and smashed my head off the fucking ground.
God, are you there? It's me, Paul.
And I literally heard like 8-bit Nintendo sounds like in my head. Everything was like all fucked up, and like I was like, and I couldn't close my jaw for a week.
Damn.
Like and my goggles came off my head. They hit the ground so hard they fucking broke the lens. Like I've smashed the back of my head like that wicked hard, and it was like
I believe that.
Fucked.
But then he went and
then I snowboarded to the
he
ground.
went and got tested and was allowed back in the game. And now the NFLPA is going after the team, saying he might be seriously concussed, and you didn't do the specific protocols. Like he might have to sit a week or two now. So you're talking about Tua might have to be benched a week or two now anyway.
Yeah. I saw him fumble like that. I'm like, ooh, that's not good.
But they're saying now, again, Miami could get a penalty and fines for doing that because they broke league rules by circumnavigating the actual concussion protocol.
Right.
And Miami already lost their first-round pick. Miami's just going to be like, you know what? Take all of our picks. We don't give a shit.
Honestly, if that's the case, like fucking shame on fucking Miami for just being like, fuck it, get him in there, play our star guy over his health. Like, what the fuck, man? Like
that was the doctor.
You saw him fall like that after hitting his head. That is bad fucking news.
Can we pull the stumble video? We have the video. We posted it. The video of him I know it's on the page. There's a video of him getting up.
What do they call that? Like gross something motor function or like whatever it is.
Yeah, it's your
baser motor functions.
But
yeah, gross.
But he had no control of his butt. Like he went like Jello.
Right.
Like he got up and he had Jello legs. Like he started.
That's dangerous as fuck, dude.
And then he was out for what? 15 minutes. And he's like, all right, I'm
back in. Yeah.
He's like, I had some Tom Brady's concussion.
You could literally have that happen to you and fucking die like fucking 10 minutes later, dude.
Off-topic joke, not really.
Off top.
San Diego Los Angeles Chargers should trade everything they have for Alex Guerrero. Think about it. All Tom Brady's pliability shit, all that stuff, motherfucker doesn't get hurt. Tampa Bay Buccaneers really get hurt either, besides Chris Godwin tearing his knee.
And their entire offensive line.
Well, they're just fat.
They're just fat.
Fuck you trying to say, bruh?
Sometimes that shit be happening.
Yeah, just be like that sometimes.
You trying to say I'm fat?
Shut the fuck up. God damn it. But
you can't see the screen. I can, so I know when it's coming.
The Tua thing is so bad because he had Jello legs and they forced his ass back in there.
Yeah, that's.
And then I know we're trying to look for the video right now, and I know we have it somewhere, but it's just so bad to see. And you see someone like that as a fan in the stands at home, wherever you are, you're like, he's out. You watch that in the boxing fight. You watch that in the UFC. You're like, he's unconscious. He's out on his feet. Like he's trying to go through the motions he can't.
Right. I saw it and I'm like sitting there and I'm like, dude, this dude literally just collapsed basically due to a head injury. He collapsed due to a head injury.
Was that Mostert behind him too? Was just like trying to hold him up, be like,
yeah,
oh.
They both.
He's
Yeah,
like, oh shit, play it off. He
had two people on the side of him. I forget who they were. I watched it quick, but I was just like, holy fuck, man. I'm like, this dude needs to be out of the game. Why would you even want to play your starting quarterback? Like, complete disregard as far as the organization, like, for, like, the health of your fucking players, man. Like, that's just scummy.
Yeah.
That is some scummy shit in my book. to at least like circumvent and do anything you can to keep him out there based on like you have no fucking data.
All
on
right,
what
it's not
happened.
framed up great, and it's a video of a video on the television. But here you can see Tua as he's trotting back to the huddle here after this hit. And he's like, yeah, I'm good. Oh, my God. And he goes down, and he's like, no, just kidding. I'm good. I'm still good. And the NFL, the Dolphins are trying to say that this was a back injury.
Yeah, get out.
And that's what caused him to fall over like that.
That's even worse, dude.
And it's like,
my neck.
You trying to cover it up with a back injury is just even more fucking scummy than the fact that you tried to get him out there based on
my dude could literally have a
what you
stinger.
knew.
Like, imagine if you have a back or neck injury and you're like, oh, it's just a stinger. Have him go have a 300-pound hit him right in the back.
Yeah.
Paralyze him for life.
yeah, there's no way in hell that was just a stinger or that was just a back injury.
Dolphins
we all know what that was.
organization is literally the most shitty, scummy
They're right up there with the
organization.
Saints, yeah.
They are the most scummy
Washington.
organization, I think,
Washington.
in the NFL right
Yeah,
now.
Dan Snyder, there's rumors the owners might be looking to force Dan Snyder out of his ownership role.
I love that they're upset that he's like, I'm skipping these meetings.
I
He
love
just
it.
doesn't go- he's like, I'm
I
not
want
going.
Dan Snyder to hold on as long as he can, and then you know what? If they force him to sell the team, I want him to just be like, "Fuck your NDA," and just expose every bullshit thing about the NFL for the last 30
Well,
years.
maybe if he sells the team, we can get a better team name there. Commanders sucks.
Yeah, the Washington Commanders. It's
Yeah.
right up there with the Guardians.
How about you go back to the Redskins because nobody gave a fuck anyway.
Right. The only people that were mad about the Washington Redskins
The
being
whites.
named the Redskins were the leftist white women.
Right. They got like a legitimate like letterhead and like a formal like we want you to change this, and they were like, fuck, this is real. All
Yeah,
right.
God damn it.
Okay.
Leftist white women are mad. We got to fucking do this.
And
I mean, and
Do they even watch the NFL? Probably not.
leftist white women?
no,
no.
they watch WNBA.
They think the NFL is barbaric.
That's their way of divorcing their husbands without
Yes.
actually doing it because they probably have to go back out on
Right.
the
They
streets
just
and get a
it's just
job.
they allow the NFL to exist because it's something for them to distract their husbands while they go get BBC'd.
Right. Right.
Hey, leave Ime out of this.
Yes, right. Well,
Oh shit.
foreshadowing.
You know who's? Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Never mind.
Off topic.
No. Say it
No.
on air.
No, inappropriate. Inappropriate for on air.
No, inappropriate.
Inappropriate, dog. 774-992-8702. So speaking of quarterbacks, let's get to this rumor because there is a major rumor out there that is now starting to make its rounds involving your New England Patriots. And it only started it had, well, let's say this. It had bubbled up last year. It had kind of been like we talked about it on this show. And then it died down. And then the Patriots drafted Mac Jones, and then it died down even more. But now Mac Jones coming off of a pretty good rookie campaign. I'm not going to sit here and say he was shit. He wasn't. I'm not going to say he was great. He also wasn't. But he showed flashes and showed some promise and showed some moxie and he showed that he could probably be an NFL quarterback. That being said, now that he is hurt and likely done for the season, because even though I know we know he wants to play through it, he wants to come back. We know why he wants to come back, and this rumor that is circulating around only reinforces the why he wants to come back and wants to come back as quickly as he can, because the rumor, the scenario out there, is now that Mac Jones is likely done for the year. The Patriots placed him on IR. He is done. They have a hole.
No, not yet.
No. I said if they place him on
I'm
IR,
sorry.
they have a major hole. They have a major hole in their roster at
Hole.
quarterback. That would lead you to believe that they are going to need to fill said hole. Now we've seen Colin Kaepernick. We've seen Cam Newton's name floated out there.
Ugh.
We know Brian Hoyer is going to get the start this week.
Destroy.
We know the 4th round pick with the funny name,
Billy Zapp.
Billy Zapp. Pretty sweet name, not gonna lie.
Zap.
Billy Zapp. He just zapped that one in there for a touchdown.
Cannon for an arm. No control.
And it's like, and Billy throws it and zap, that's a touchdown.
Zap. That's another turnover.
Jesus Christ, we could go on for days with that one. Yeah, probably. But the rumor is, so because they have a hole at quarterback now, the Patriots do.
Big hole.
The rumor is, if the Las Vegas Raiders were to fall to 4-0 at home,
0-4.
What did I say? 4-0.
4-0.
Yeah.
If they were to
0-4.
fall to undefeated.
If they were to fall,
Undefeated.
if they were to fall to undefeated, yeah, okay, Joe, yeah, have another bud. Which, yeah, by the way, you're going to be sprucing in a second anyway, so whatever. Grapefruit soda water. Okay. Don't go anywhere yet. We need your input on
Oh,
this.
he was gone. He was like, I'm out of here.
He was like, oh, fuck it, there's booze downstairs. I'm out here.
Yeah.
If the Raiders were to fall to 0-4 at the hands of the Denver Broncos this Sunday afternoon, 4:25 kickoff time,
They will.
I would have to agree.
At Mile High?
No, it's in Vegas.
Okay.
But I don't know what the I don't know what the Raiders are going to do against the number one defense that they're going to probably see all year. But it's probably not going to be great, given what they've done so far.
Thank God for you guys. Jerry Judy's not out
Yep, facts.
from the week before this past week.
If the Raiders were to fall to 0-4, there are strong rumors beginning to circulate that Josh McDaniels, who we all speculated before the season started, would trade Derek Carr away.
To destroy this franchise.
I'll teach you. Not winning any games.
The rumor is Josh McDaniels trades Derek Carr to the Patriots for Mac Jones and picks in return, or maybe other players, who knows. But the big ticket item there would be basically a quarterback swap, because Josh McDaniels, as we all know, wants his own guy in Vegas. Carr's not his guy.
He would have loved Garoppolo.
Wanted Garoppolo. Can't get Garoppolo, but did coach Mac last year.
Yep.
Is familiar with him. Knows what Mac's capable of. Likes what Mac. Loves Mac Jones. Josh McDaniels spoke very highly of Mac Jones last year. Would trade Derek Carr to New England. New England would then instantaneously get their replacement quarterback for Mac Jones. Instantaneously be thrust back into the conversation for the AFC East and beyond. And the Raiders would be left to rebuild. Now, this also comes on the heels of a 3-hour closed-door meeting with McDaniels and the Raiders brass after their 0-3 start.
Well,
Now,
they also look like shit, too.
what do you do if you have a wounded animal and it's in the corner? What is that wounded animal going to do? Desperate shit, right? And what would be more desperate than jettisoning the quarterback that you didn't want anyway and saying, the reason this offense sucks, it's not because of my play calling or the players. We've got Waller, we've got Adams, we've got Renfro.
I don't even use Waller.
We've got Jacobs. We need a quarterback that knows how to utilize these guys, and Derek Carr is not the guy. Now, Josh McDaniels could go in there and sell the ownership on saying, hey, listen, we're going to get Mac Jones. He's going to be our future. We're going to send Derek Carr over there. We're going to get a first-round pick or two out of the deal. We're going to be able to really build this thing. Now, not only does that buy the Raiders time and McDaniels time with the Raiders, but it's an instantaneous upgrade for the Patriots. Joey Fats Radio, row 1C1.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Durant.
Not much, man. Just over here cleaning up a little bit, listening to the show.
How did I know you would be calling in?
I
Well, you
figured,
kinda
I figured
forced me
we'd hear
to,
from you. I figured we'd hear from you
blow up
this
your
week.
little fairy tale you've been telling everyone, because there's just one problem with that so-called rumor is Derek Carr has a no-trade clause.
But he could waive that no-trade clause.
Yes, but
So if he decides he would rather play for Bill Belichick in New England after an 0-4, potential 0-4 start, which, it kind of hinges on an 0-4 start. If you start off 0-4 in this division, you can pretty much kiss your playoff chances goodbye with, two division losses in the first 4 weeks. So, I see what you're saying. The no-trade clause is all fine and well, but that's assuming that Derek Carr is married to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, it just depends on his loyalty.
which I believe he is. I believe he is.
You think Derek Carr is absolutely married to the Raiders and as loyal can be? He would stay no matter what, depending on
He said he doesn't want to play for anyone else. I take his word for it. All you got is a man's word.
This is true.
True.
You do. That's all.
Right.
That's all you can go off of, and you're right. He has said that, so you're absolutely right. Now, I also have what some would consider a wealth of skepticism when it comes to people and taking them at their words. So especially when it comes down to business. And, yeah, when things are going good and you get Devontae Adams, you're like, yeah, you know what? I got Devontae, I got Renfro, I got Waller. I don't want to go anywhere else. Why else would I want to go why would I want to go anywhere else? Look what I got right here. And then, boom, an 0-4 start slaps you in the face. Maybe all of a sudden
Now,
you
what
can
do you
be
think
pursued.
happened? What do you think happened in the meeting? Would be my question for you.
I know exactly what happened in the meeting. This has been, and I'm not throwing anything to say like I told you so. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying.
No, you're good, man.
I'm just saying from like seeing Josh McDaniels this past week. I watched some of the Raiders game. I didn't watch the whole thing. I'd be lying if I told you I did. It was 3rd and fucking 18. And he calls a screen pass to Brandon Bolden that lost 2 yards. I'm like, that is the most fucking Josh McDaniels thing of all time. I used to see
and
that.
It's funny you noticed that scenario because how we ran like a draw or something and got a few yards. Our kicker has made 26 straight kicks. I think it's 28 now.
No, that's fine, but it's just like it's 3rd and 18. I'm like, why don't you try a higher percentage play, a slant? If you're gonna try to get a few yards, why are you going with like a bubble screen? That's just like the plays that Josh McDaniels always falls back on, and it's what drove New England fans fucking crazy. We'd sit there, we'd be like, why are you throwing to Brandon Bolden when especially you have Renfro, Waller, hell, Hollins looks great. You have Devontae Adams. I'm like, why the fuck are you doing Brandon Bolden? And like, it just drives you crazy at the core. And I know that meeting with the Davis family is, hey, Josh, you're selling us a false bill of goods here. You told us you had an offensive strategy. We got you the one piece that you asked for. You said you can make it work and have this dynamic offense. You're hardly using Darren Waller, our all-star tight end. And we're
that we just paid big bucks to.
Waller looked kind of lazy out there now that he got paid. I call it how I see it. He's over there trying to catch balls with one hand.
But to be fair, it might be a combination of Josh and that. Because Josh, without Aaron Hernandez or Rob Gronkowski, not great with tight ends. We signed Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry last year, 2 of the top free agents. And you can say whatever you want about Jonnu, but Hunter Henry is decent. We barely used them. And it burned me to the core how you signed 2 top tight ends and just fucking don't use them. And that was a Josh McDaniels thing, too, that always burned me. And now he seems to be favoring Mac Hollins more. And I'm like, but why? Like, I don't know. It just McDaniels rubs me the wrong way sometimes. And he might rub the wrong way on you eventually. But that meeting, I know for a fact, was just like, what's going on? What's the strategy? We're 0-3, and we're not looking like too happy right now. Like we could be like 0, like as Joey's saying, like potentially 0-4. Like Denver's defense is no joke. Their offense is struggling right now, but their defense is legit. So it's like, I think they kind of told him like, listen, you got to win this at home. Like this is like you need to fucking win this game. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think happened. I think he pulled him aside and said, listen, buddy, you're 0-3. If you don't go rip your old team's head off, you're fucking out of here.
See, I don't want to say that because a few Patriots fans have been like, oh, let's get Josh McDaniels back. And I'm like, no. I'm like, we're moved on. I'm like, even though we have no offensive coordinator and no offensive direction, I don't want Josh back. Keep him. Do something else. Give me a young guy. I want something else. Like, it's just, I have a gut feeling that the Davis family, not the best decision to go with McDaniels. I think they should have kept the guy they had last year who seemed to really motivate the team. What is his name? It's killing me right now. From last year. Made the playoffs.
Oh, the special teams coach.
What's his name?
Bisaccia.
Thank you. I think they should have kept him. I think he was the right choice even before
He's
McDaniels.
Actually with Green Bay special teams right now.
That's crazy. See, that guy, he did so well coming in there. The team was behind him. They were motivated. He seemed like a good coach, and everyone was like, honest to God, like he has our back. He's at every meeting. He tells us what we need to work on. He tells us when we're awful. That sounds like a good coach. And then you rip that guy out of there and say, here's Josh McDaniels. And he's like, all right, let's throw a screen to Brandon Bolden. It's like, oh, my God, why are you doing this? It's just, it's Josh. Josh being Josh.
Yeah, but to be honest, man, I mean, I just feel like to break it all down, I feel like it's a little of everyone's fault. Like, I don't feel like it's just McDaniels. Like, I feel like there's a few times in the game McDaniels ain't calling the right plays. There's a few times in the game, like, Carr just doesn't make a few throws, or this guy drops a ball, or we don't get enough pressure on defense. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind of been a little of everything. It's hard to just kind of point the finger at one person right now. Chandler Jones has been a big waste of money so far.
He is. To be fair, he is old, and I think when they signed him, they were asking more out of him than he was willing to give, which is why one of the reasons why the Cardinals let him go is that they were just like, you're not an every down guy anymore. You're a third down only specialist. And now I see him playing on the Raiders like 60, 70% of the snaps, and I'm like, that's not his thing anymore.
Well, what did we say before when the offseason started? Like, yeah, Chandler Jones, great. He's a great pass rusher, but he's the kind of guy that the Bills, the Rams, the Packers add and get better because of it.
He's a specialist,
right.
Yes.
A guy like the team like the Raiders who have a numerous
Dude,
other
needs.
needs.
He's on year 11. It was him and Hightower. Hightower's gone.
You have a Raiders team that was, 27th to 28th against the run last year, and you go and get a pass rush specialist? Like, that just seems – we first guessed that when it happened. We laughed about it. I mean, we joked about it, but, like, it wasn't a good move. And, Durant, to your point, it's not that Chandler Jones has been a waste of money. It's just he's being improperly utilized. I mean, I guess you could say it's a waste of money because, they could have gone out and spent that money on, I don't know, a DJ Jones like Denver got as a defensive tackle to help shore up against the run. Or they could have gone out and traded for Roquan Smith or, done a numerous amount of any other things to help shore up that run defense that was so porous last year. And I get it. Like, you got to rush the passer. It's the new league. It's blah, 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 blah. But if you're so weak in one area, and then you decide they had Nassib and Mad Max last year, who were both phenomenal at rushing the passer. They were a great tandem. Obviously, they lose Nassib, they keep Max, and then you go out and get Chandler Jones. But the problem wasn't your pass rush wasn't the problem. Your stopping the run was. So, I think it's another instance of the Raiders misappropriating funds. And going out and getting somebody that it's a sexy item. Sure. You look at Chandler Jones and you look at his history and you're going like, oh, fuck. Like, dude, that guy's right there with Von Miller in terms of production.
Super Bowl winning pass
You know what I mean? Like,
specialist.
that's a stud fucking pass rusher. The Raiders didn't need a stud pass rusher. The Raiders need to totally retool their defense. And they started with an 11th year pass rush specialist.
Yeah. I'm still going to say our defense isn't as bad as you think. I mean, we shut out Arizona in the first half, and we shut out Tennessee in the second half. 0 points. I mean,
Tennessee's no offense. Don't take this personally. Tennessee's offense is dog shit. They have nobody.
I mean, I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. Look, I mean, they made adjustments, and the Titans didn't score in the second half. That's an adjustment. That's called showing up and doing what you got to fucking do. The Raiders
defense. I try to look at it from, the outside looking in. It's just, when you break it down, it's just the players aren't playing for McDaniels. I mean, the last 2 games, we've played half a game.
Joey,
and that's just what it is.
How would you say that about Denver? At what point did the Denver players give up on McDaniels? Was it week 8 or 9?
Well, no, they started 6-0.
Exactly.
I think they gave up on McDaniels during the Giants game. Or promptly, right before the Giants game, or right after the Giants game, week 11, week 12. Thursday night against the Giants, it was our last win of the season. And you could tell, like, McDaniels was over on the sidelines, like, screaming at people in their faces, a la Tom Coughlin. And everybody was just like, dude, get fucked. And Jake and, Kyle Orton and Brandon Marshall made some plays and won us that game. But everybody was just like, dude, go fuck yourself.
I don't think the Raiders are there yet, and I don't think ownership is there with McDaniels yet. But
so you really thinking that the Raiders already gave up on their coach?
No, I don't think so yet. But I think
I don't think they've given up on him.
I think there's
it's
some guys that that give like a look of like some play calls happen and they're like, yo, why did we pass it to Bolden?
Yo, we should have had Gruden.
Listen,
back here,
I mean, let's be real here about the Raiders, okay? If they lose this game on Sunday, fuck it. Even if they win this game on Sunday against Denver, and they get to 1-3, they're at Kansas City on Monday night the following week.
That if you go 0-5, McDaniels is talking about.
But have you
fired.
seen the stretch after Kansas City? And it's funny because you guys joked. It's funny you guys actually joked about us starting like 0-5 and then like running the table, winning like.
I did. I said, what if McDaniels done?
And if you actually look at
reverse.
the stretch, it's kind of doable.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's doable simply because it's. Look, I'm looking at it right now. You got Denver and Kansas City. Then you got your bye week. Okay, let's just say hypothetically they go 0-5, right? Let's just say they lose both those games. Hypothetical. October 23rd, 4:05, they get the Houston Texans in their building.
Probably
okay?
a win.
Probably a win.
Probably a
but
win.
let's not
count out the Houston defense yet.
let's not mince words. Houston's been better than what we thought they were going to be so far to start the season. Or at least they've looked better than we thought they were going to be. Davis Mills and that defense. Lovie Smith has that defense playing well. Then you're at the New Orleans Saints, which that's an enigma. You don't know what you're getting. Is Jameis healthy? Is he not? The Saints, I mean, I picked the Saints to win the South this year, so I think they're still a pretty good team. Then you're at the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are looking way better than we thought they were going to at this point in the season. Then they've got the Indianapolis Colts.
That's probably a win for you guys. I'm not going to lie. We suck dick right now, and I don't think we're going to get
But
it
that's
together. So.
we're also talking about 7 weeks from now, so a lot can change.
Yep.
Then they're at Denver, at Seattle, which, that should be a win. You got a rematch against the Chargers, at the Rams. Then you get the Patriots at home, which if Josh McDaniels is still employed, will be a big game, so I would assume that's going to be a win. Then you're at the Steelers. Then you get the Niners and Chiefs to finish the season. Like, this is not like a –
It's not a cakewalk, dude.
There's no cakewalk, but we did joke and say, what if McDaniels did the reverse of what he did in Denver? He starts off 0-6 and then goes 8-2 to finish the season rather than 2-8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot can change in a month, man.
It really can. It's the NFL. A lot can change in a matter of one drive,
we were
really.
We were 5-2 last year, and then they leaked the emails, and then we were 6-7, and then we ran the table. So.
Yeah.
And probably should have beat the Bengals because they fucked you guys on that call.
We had that game, man.
That was your game. They fucked you on the call. You guys won.
We had fucking Deshaun Jackson off the streets and Zay Jones catching balls for us, and Brian Edwards, who's in Atlanta now. It's just,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I mean, look, the Raiders. They're looking a lot more like who I thought they were than, record wise than not. I mean, it is what it is.
I can't say you're wrong, brother. Up until this point, it is what it is, man.
I mean, they've scored.
Sometimes I just put my hand over my head and I just have to fucking listen.
It sucks. I get it. It's a tough pill to swallow because it's a talented team. You know what I mean? There's no shortage. You look at that roster and you say that should be an 11-win team.
Might be a better roster than half the teams.
Probably.
Yeah, I would put if you went just roster like player for player, especially offensively. I mean, that's a top 6 or 7 unit in the league. You know what I mean? It's just it's just a matter of putting it all together and getting the most out of it. And
Bless you.
I don't know that McDaniels is going to be that dude. How's that meme go? Like, you ain't that guy, pal. You ain't that guy.
Let me just say this: if Derek Carr ends up in a fucking Pats uniform, that's going to be a fucking nightmare. I'll never wake up from.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think it's a very long shot.
I don't think so either.
But there are rumblings, and there are rumors, and every once in a great while, where there is smoke, there tends to be a little bit of a fire. And just because there's rumblings and rumors doesn't mean it's happening, but it also doesn't mean it's not happening. Because as outlandish as it seems, and ridiculous as it seems, because like, what would the Raiders gain? You're like, okay, great. Say New England gives us 2 first-round picks and Mac Jones. Basically 3 first-round picks for Derek Carr.
I'm honestly
are
at a point,
the Patriots
brother,
really trying to save their season like that
ready to
bad?
root for Derek Carr over the Raiders. Like, if Derek Carr left and he went to a different team, I feel like I'd root for him over the Raiders.
Well,
that's where I'm at this point. Listen,
but
I
Durant,
watched my
you can
team
do both.
suck for
You can
20
do both.
years, man.
You can
that
do
shit
both.
Ain't fun.
I get, brother. I feel you. You can do
Like,
both. You keep
Think
your
about it. Do
You
you
stay
think I
rooting
was
for your
rooting
team.
for the Cleveland Cavaliers all those years? No, I was rooting for fucking LeBron James.
You goddamn right, because LeBron's the fucking man.
Like, I give a shit about Cleveland.
Cleveland can't make any good decisions as a franchise.
True.
The fuck would I root for them for?
The whole city can't. They have
No.
like 2 buildings.
Cleveland fucking lucked up, and they actually put a decent squad together coming into this season, and then they're probably still going to find a way to fuck it all up.
Oh my God! We
Cleveland.
We need to play that Cleveland theme song. Come see both of our buildings.
Yeah. But hey, Durant, at the end of the
man, I'll let you guys get back to it, man.
At the end,
nice talking to you guys.
At the end of the day,
you too, Durant.
at the end of the day, Durant, you got your Yankees, and Aaron Judge is probably going to break a record, and the Yankees are going to be in the ALCS against
He's
my
got,
Astros.
8 games left?
Yeah, but the Lakers are still gonna
10.
suck.
Whoa! Hold on. The Buddy Hield, fucking what's his name trade is still probably going to happen. So just relax.
Yeah.
Besides, we got LeBron, bro. We got LeBron and
We'll
AD.
see.
If they're healthy, it doesn't matter who else is around them.
LeBron's asked for a trade. I don't know if that's true. I'm just fucking making
No.
shit up.
I
Whatever
think
his kids
LeBron's finishing in LA.
Listen, man, the Lakers.
You didn't say which team.
The
in
Lakers
LA.
are going to do what the Lakers do, which is win. Okay, we're not the Celtics, all right? We're not getting
sexual assault.
the Lakers are not getting Udoked.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah, I know.
But we
Season-
at least hey
season's
Durant,
already
Durant,
over.
at least we got that to fall back on too. The Celtics are going to fucking suck.
The season's
this year.
already over.
Yeah, and from now on, whenever I have a chance to use I'm using I'm instead.
Hell yeah.
Email.
Email.
Love it. Love it.
All right,
Durant,
boys.
thanks for the
All right,
call,
Durant,
but we'll
later.
talk. I know we'll talk to you next weekend after the after this Week 4 matchup between our teams. So
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like this is going to be the game. We get something going.
I mean, nah, but you could win it.
Nah.
I don't think you're going to get something
Nah.
going offensively, but you could win it because I don't know that we're going to be able to get anything going offensively. So we'll see how it goes.
We will see. All right, man.
All
Have
right,
a good
brother.
one.
Adios, muchacho.
Later, bro.
774-992-8702. That's the phone number if you want to give us a call. We're talking a little bit of Raiders. Obviously, the Raiders, the rumors that, there could be some shakeups before the trade deadline. Obviously, these are rumors. We're not putting much stock into them. But, Sean, you and I talked about it all offseason. That
part?
Josh McDaniels' first order of business was going to be to trade Derek Carr.
It's not his guy. That's
Because
why.
it's not his guy. Exactly. It's not because Carr is not capable. It's not because Carr isn't the best option. It's because McDaniels has this weird thing where he's like, listen, man, I know you're good. I know you can play. But I didn't pick you, so I don't want you. And I know he doesn't have full autonomy like he did in Denver to trade away Jay Cutler in an instant and bring in Kyle fucking Orton for God knows what reason.
Jesus.
But nonetheless, it just...
And Tebow.
Well, he drafted Tebow the following year. I mean,
That was a dope draft, though.
he
He filled the
he
seats,
did
bro.
draft DT.
Didn't he also draft Decker or no?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So he has an eye for wide receivers.
Yeah.
Maybe Bill should have let him in the draft room more often.
Nah. Bill's like, nah.
Bill's like, nah.
Well,
Could you imagine
Bill
if
can't draft
Tom
receivers.
Brady had DT and Decker from like 2010 on?
Yeah, that would have been pretty awesome.
It would have been.
But guess what? Belichick would have been like, we're not paying you, so I'm trading you after year
Thank
two.
God. Thank God they didn't, dude. Jesus Christ.
Belichick does not believe in skill players or running backs.
Because
Like,
one of
he's
the
like,
biggest
"You're all
things,
meaningless."
one of the biggest lures that John Elway used to get Peyton Manning to come to Denver in 2012 was Decker and DT. Because he was like, look at these dudes. They can straight fucking ball. And they were young, coachable, impressionable, want to be great. Like, they were ready and willing. They were like, you get Peyton Manning in here, and he tells me to run 10 miles for a route and then turn around and fart, I will.
My God is an awesome God.
Yes, Peyton Manning was that in Denver. 774-992-8702. We're not going to spend too much time reminiscing about the good old days of Peyton in Denver. But while we're on the Broncos and we're on the Raiders coming up this weekend, obviously I'm picking the Broncos to win this game. Let's talk a little bit about the Sunday night game that was just so blatantly offensive to the senses if you have two eyes and ears and you like football. This was not your game. If you like offensive football, this was not your day. If you like defense, okay, yeah, you probably watch that because I'm just going to put it out there right now. San Francisco and Denver, they are going to finish both in the top 5 for defenses by the time this season is over.
Okay.
And I would even go so far as to say that they will both be in the top 3. That's how good these defenses are. San Francisco, you look at the linebacking core that they have, that is the best linebacking core that I've seen. And if you did not watch my boy Hufanga, this kid is like Troy Polamalu reincarnated. It is fucking amazing to watch.
They said that he trains with him.
This dude's, but his instincts are just insane. He has that sixth sense when he's on the football field to just sniff plays out. And I only knew about, I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, I knew about this kid when he was in college. I didn't know anything about him until I happened to turn on the TV and watch a little bit of the Seahawks and the Niners game in week 2. And I just remember watching it and going, who the fuck, is that Troy Polamalu? And like this Troy Polamalu looking ass motherfucker, promptly dubbed him. I was like, this motherfucker's everywhere. I'm like, this dude is fucking flying around making plays. He's everywhere. And if you watch him, it's not always like the plays he makes in terms of the tackles, the passes defended, the sacks, whatever. It's the little shit that he does that's like, oh shit, like he's all up in your grill. And he's making somebody do something that they didn't think they were going to have to do, which opens it up for somebody else. He's that kind of player. And this kid, I'm telling you, man, if you watch the Niners and you watch this kid Hufanga, this kid's fucking Talanoa Hufanga. This kid is fun to fucking watch. He could be on to something here. Like, this kid could be the next great safety in this league. He is a fucking blast to watch right now. Like, I will be watching the Niners on Sunday just for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This Sunday's going to be tough because it's, Dega, which sucks, but,
bitch.
Sucks for my football watching. It doesn't suck for me. It's fucking awesome. It's fucking
well, then fuck you. I'm staying home and I'm watching the games in my house then because I'm not switching back and forth between that shit.
Fucking Dega, bitch. I'll be watching Dega upstairs. You can sit down at the Fontaine Fats.
All right.
And watch whatever you want, dog. But San Francisco plays Monday night. They played the Rams, so another primetime game. So yeah, check out my boy Hufanga. This kid is fucking awesome. Just an absolute fucking stud, maniac on the field. Love him. Now that being said, you go and you look at Greenlaw. You look at all the linebackers that the Niners have, the front seven, the whole nine. That San Francisco defense is one of, if not the best in the league. And, you can interchange them with Denver, Buffalo, Tampa, San Fran, Denver, Tampa, Buffalo. I think those were kind of going to be, New Orleans could sneak in there somehow. I think you look at talent-wise, those are going to be like kind of your top 5 defenses. Now, obviously, Buffalo losing Micah Hyde for the season, huge blow. But that's such a good defense as it is that I think they're going to actually be able to. They won't ever replace Micah Hyde, but they're going to be able to weather their storm. And I don't think it's going to. Micah Hyde going down, I don't think costs Buffalo a chance at a Super Bowl. Let's put it that way.
Fuck no.
That being said, San Francisco is every bit as good of a defense as there is in the NFL. Just top to bottom, straight up. And they're putting players out there and they're doing what they got to do. Denver, same thing. That defense is absolutely fucking disgusting. Okay? They know how to get out of the quarter. Randy Gregory is an absolute beast. And as long as he stays on the field, the combination of him and Bradley Chubb, who, as Sean always loves to point out, who are your favorite people to draft in fantasy football?
Guys on the last year of their deal.
Exactly. And what is Bradley Chubb in? A contract year. And what is Bradley Chubb doing? Playing like he's in a contract year. So you've got that going for them as well. But you've got this Denver defense, okay, which right now is ranked second. They're giving up 12 points a game. All right, and I know they've played, 3 offensive juggernauts in Houston, Seattle, and San Francisco. That being said, when you look at what Denver's done defensively, Bradley Chubb, Randy Gregory, but then you look at Pat Surtain, who had 6 balls thrown at him on Sunday night, 0 completed. Okay, that's the best since like early of last year. No one's had that kind of production. Pat Surtain is quickly turning into the marquee cornerback in the NFL.
It's like his dad.
He's better than his dad already.
Oh, come on.
He's better than his dad.
PS2, baby.
It's early. Let's just say
PS1 was great. But PS2, that was a game changer.
His child, PS3. I'm coming, motherfucker.
It probably is.
And PS3's child's also born too. PS4.
I'll have like 3 or 4 sons, and it'll be like PS5. Yeah. But those were 2 of the best defense. So for all my Denver fans that are listening, for everybody who calls me and texts me and says, "Dude, what's up with your boys? What's up with Denver? Like, what's going on with Russ?" Listen, I'm gonna say, like I said last week, relax, chill. Nothing. Look, Denver went up against one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the NFL on Sunday night. Okay, they did not look crisp. They did not look clean. They did not look good. Okay, but that was a great defense that they went up to. Yes, I know they punted. 10 times or whatever it was. Yes, I know that there was all these 3-and-outs. Yes, I know all that. You've got to give it time. These offenses these days, when you have a new coach, new quarterback, new coordinators, new receivers, there were throws, there was miscommunications. Everything that I've seen from Denver's offense, that their shortcomings, can simply be fixed by more repetitions, by playing with each other more. Sean, we talked about it, last week or the week before, when we were talking about how, and you were saying, I think it might have even been in the open, Joey's couldn't wait. He's Russ is already working out with his receivers. He's already out there. He's already doing it. It doesn't matter until you get into the games. Nothing matters.
No, you could practice a fucking billion snaps, dude.
Exactly.
Until you're under that game time pressure, that intangible factor that comes in that
need,
no one else can see. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you need to get hit.
You have to get hit, but you gotta also be like I'm saying, man. Like, I'm not one. Like, I haven't been in any like big ass game time situations, but I remember playing sports as a kid. Like, practice was fun or whatever. Game time, it's like, oh fuck, dude, this shit's real. Like, we gotta fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like that pressure that
it's
happens.
a different element.
It's a different
Absolutely.
element. It's a different atmosphere. There's, like I said, it's an intangible. There's winners and there's losers, and they're defined by that thing that you can't see, feel, hear, or touch. And that's why sports are so fucking dope, because you never know.
That's why you love sports.
You never know which one's gonna fucking happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nuts, man. You never know the upsets, the fucking, the guys that are prepared, the guys that are supposed to be, top tier players, all this crazy shit. Things can happen in a blink of an eye and just upset everything.
Yeah, it's a big thing too, and I keep harping on this for years now, is that the NFL's new rules also really takes away the opportunity for players to get the pads on, get some contact in.
Bingo.
And they're like, oh, yeah, but it reduces injuries. Of course it does. Of course it reduces injuries. But you need to get those injuries in order for the on-field product to look better.
The on-field product to look better early in the season.
Yeah.
Right? So, like I said, you're going to have your offenses that are going to come out of the gate on fire. Your Kansas Cities, your Buffaloes, your Rams.
All staying together.
Your teams that have been together for a couple years, and they don't really necessarily need – the off season, the OTAs, the pads,
they
the
got
practices.
The chemistry. They got
know
everything down.
They know. Okay, we've been here, we've done this, we know what we're doing
for a few years now.
But when you get a team like Denver, like I said, new coach, new quarterback,
brand new everything.
The majority of the offense has been there, but you got a new quarterback that you're trying to adapt to.
Your number one receiver's only what, second year?
Yeah, he's a sophomore.
Judy's second year right now.
No, Judy's third.
Junior.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, junior year.
Well.
But then you got, Cortland Sutton, who's an all-pro. I mean, he's an all-pro caliber receiver. He can do stuff, but he doesn't know what Russ wants to do in a certain situation. They haven't been there yet, and it's why I didn't pick the Broncos to win the Super Bowl this year, because they haven't learned how to win together yet. It takes a year or two. Right. Very rarely do you see it happen. Like, it happened with the Bucks because of COVID. And everybody else drew a short stick, and the Bucks just happened to get lucky as goddamn fuck. And they went and they won it because they had a stacked-ass fucking team, and they did it. But it very rarely happens. Peyton almost pulled it off his first year, but Jacoby Jones and Joe Flacco had other ideas. One fucking fall-down safety, and, Tony Carter and fucking Raheem Moore, goddamn it, son of a bitches.
Fuck! I know.
Still fucking cheers my Nesmans.
Still chaps my ass.
But
Cole
no.
has some comments for you in the chat.
But who?
Cole.
Cole has comments for you, Joe.
Oh yes, the Broncos suck. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's fine. You can say that. You're wrong, but you can say that. It's fine. And look, I get it. The way the Broncos have looked the first 3 weeks, it's not good. Everybody assumed like Russell Wilson, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Javonte Williams, they just thought, like, okay, like, we're just going to plug Russ in, and this is going to be a 40-point-a-game offense. Nope, doesn't work that way in the NFL.
It does if you're Peyton Manning.
No, not even.
But Paul, remember.
Peyton Manning's first year in Denver, they started the first few games.
They started 2-3.
Yeah, but they fucking
They started 2-3. Remember, they beat.
You're making our point. He's like,
but
that
don't mean shit.
He's like, yeah, but it ended well. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Right, it ended on an 11-game winning streak, and they finished the season 13-3.
But you plug and played him, yeah.
But yes, but it's going to take the first month of the season at least to get to get your feet under you and get going.
Okay.
And don't worry.
What about me? Not anymore.
What?
I have no fear. Now the rest of the season
Brian
is like
Hoyer, baby.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
the
You're fine.
destroyer.
Yeah,
Unless
I
you
hope
guys-
Matt Ryan pulls his head out of his ass.
Until you
Or
guys
the
acquire
O-line.
Derek Carr, and all of a sudden that hope is just like breathed back into you.
The
and you're
only
like,
thing-
hold on. Not only did we just get a quarterback for this year, but we got one for the next 5 or 6 years, and we still have $137 million in cap space.
Listen.
With 40-something players under contract.
The only-
We're gonna buy everybody.
All right. I fuck you. Not to pull you away from the Broncos talk, but you're right. The Broncos, I think, will get there. You fucking asshole. The Broncos will get there in the next few weeks, and you'll see the offense turn it around. They'll morph into what they're going to be.
Agreed.
The only thing, you have a lot of Patriots fans because obviously the region we live in, most of the fans are Patriots fans. A lot of people not only are hopping off the train, the wagon, whatever you want to hitch to, they're like, Mac Jones is done. He's not coming back. He's dead.
He's dead.
All right, Cole. All right, saying we're the outcast of the NFL is just that's just.
What, the Broncos?
We don't have any baby legs on our team. Okay,
Don't bring up that story. That story is fucking hilarious.
it's still so untrue.
I don't
but-
care how many times I've heard that story. That story makes me laugh every time.
Cole, I do have to tell you, I played
Joey was beaten
I
by
played
a
a
midget
I
with
played
no
a
legs
paintball
in a
tournament
race.
this weekend, and I did rock the TPS softball hat the
man was
entire
like,
time I was out there.
The man was like,
and,
had no knees. He just ran like.
I'm not gonna lie.
Joey in a race.
Cole, I balled the fuck out.
What's this?
I don't know.
I
it's
balled
softball.
the fuck out. So
Killed him.
balled the fuck out in the TPS. I was repping TPS at the paintball tournament this
Oh,
weekend.
I just told Paul how you got beat by Shorty no legs.
I didn't get beat. I won. The race was to the grass, which is the only like physical barrier,
When
and
was this?
everybody
like a-
called the race at first base because they
When
were
was
like
this?
3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Pre-COVID.
It was baby legs. You were like,
his
baby
mom
legs, I'm pairing you up with regular legs. It was like,
That's his name. That's his last name. Baby legs.
but
Timothy Baby legs.
yes, Timothy Baby Legs was his name. But no, but seriously, the Broncos are going to get their feet under them. They're going to get going. By week 6 or 7, the offense is going to get rolling. And at the defense, look, the only thing that can derail any team, and we say this every year, is injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm assuming that the Broncos stay healthy. And look, I'm not backing off my 14-3, my
You never
13-4
know. No, of course
prediction.
not.
Like, I'm really not, because I'm looking at the best thing about this year is we don't get the Chiefs until December 12th
Shit.
for the first time.
Shit.
We don't get the Chiefs until
That's a
way
ways away.
late.
Don't worry,
in the
dog.
season.
We softened them up for you.
So
Yeah.
So to kind of switch gears to the Patriots now, and as I was just saying, a bunch of Patch fans, I know you've seen it. I've seen
Sorry,
it too.
December 11th.
That's okay. People are hopping off the Mac Jones wagon. They're like, oh, we're all done. We need a new quarterback.
Typical Patriots.
Starting
fans.
next year. I'm not there yet. Some of their concerns, reasonable, turns the ball over too much. He's supposed to be a guy that protects the ball, makes smart decisions, has thrown some very ugly interceptions. But to spin it in a positive way, because I'm not a negative piece of shit, they were going point for point with the Ravens up until the fourth quarter.
Until Jones got hurt.
And well, no, Jones had a really shitty end of third, beginning of fourth quarter.
That's right. You're right. It was a little bit before that. True.
Yeah,
True.
Jones, the wheels fell off, so to speak, and then he got injured at the last 3
The
minutes of the
wheels
game.
fell off.
And then, but they were going point for
I
point.
love
with-
that saying.
They were going
Sorry.
point for point with the Ravens when there was no real
Yeah.
offensive talent to talk about.
Yeah.
Devontae Parker, like 200 yards receiving.
I know, and I put him on my bench not to talk fantasy, but I was sitting there watching that game, and I'm like, fuck, I picked the Ravens. I thought this was
Every-
going to be a sure bet.
Every
And
pass,
Lo and fucking behold, dude, the Patriots
every
are
pass
right there,
from
dude.
Mac to Devontae was at least 25 yards or more.
Crazy.
Every pass.
I'm
So
like,
it went from the
what
Patriots
the
never
fuck?
passing downfield last year to now Mac Jones can pass on the field
Just bombing
at
it.
will, and that was the only guy he was basically throwing to.
Devontae Parker's a dope receiver, dude. I've seen him in action. I've seen him
But then-
live. He's not bad.
So here's the thing.
I like
He's a-
Devontae.
he's
I like him too.
He's a sophomore. I'm talking about Mac. Mac's a sophomore.
Yeah,
Right.
he's a
Yeah, I was
sophomore.
saying
Injury-
Parker's been around for a couple years.
Yeah. The injury is going to
I mean, come on, remember, Buffalo Bills fans were on the fence about Josh Allen his
until
sophomore
year 3.
Yeah.
Year 3, because even me, I was like, no, he sucks. I'm like, he has a huge arm and he can't fucking put it together. In year 3, he just kind of rocketing things left and right. Some guys take longer. There's flashes with Mac, but there's also pauses for concern where I'm like, you're making mental mistakes that you never make.
But those come with experience.
The craziest thing, though, about the NFL is it takes longer for guys to develop is that 3-year mark where it's like, God damn, man, like.
But now this injury.
People expect you to develop halfway through your first year.
Welcome to the NFL in this era where you get no time.
No time. You are baptized by fire. Either you sink, swim, or fuck out of here, dude.
You last as long as that person sends out a tweet in 140 characters. They're saying this person is shit. Tweet sent, and now everyone else is retweeting it.
Yep,
exactly.
And you're done. Yep.
And then once the mob mentality, that hive mind latches onto that, no matter how wrong or stupid it might be, which is often
it takes miracles to persuade them.
You're right. You're not going to tell you're not telling any Miami Dolphins fan right now that Tua is trash, even though Tua has been probably when you go down the list,
because it works the same way.
When you go down the list of the reasons why the Miami Dolphins have won their first 3 games out of the gate,
nothing is
Tua is probably 9th, 10th, 11th.
Bullshit, and a little bit more bullshit.
But if you want to go down the list of things reasons why they won those games, Tua's not appearing in the top 5 in damn near any of them.
No, because Miami's not for real.
No, I don't.
No, they would be.
Miami is not for real.
But they're a good team, though, Paul.
No, but Miami's not for real. I'm telling you.
Miami gets Matt Ryan instead of the Colts. I'm like, fuck, man. You just need a consistent passer. That's all you need. That offense is a wagon, too. Those pieces offensively are dangerous. Waddle, Tyreek Hill right now before he gets injured. Dominant.
This epitome of this team right now is the Wildcat offense in a nutshell before they got figured out.
Well, no, I mean,
listen,
that was all Ronnie Brown.
I know exactly. No, I know what he's saying. He's saying it works for so long, and then everybody went, oh, okay.
This random ass deep ball bullshit's not gonna fucking work.
Tyreek wears down, which is why Kansas City got rid of him and moved on. They're like, I'm sorry, Tyreek, you're not worth $23 million plus a year. You wear down after week 7 or 8, and his speed just diminishes.
Listen, I like what the Dolphins are doing because they're building a team with a great defense and they're building it the right way. They're building it from the trenches out. That being said, yeah, I don't expect the Dolphins to continue on this blistering pace and challenge the Bills for the AFC East.
There's no way.
No, I think they're gonna. I think at best, Miami's a 9-win team. And just because they got 3 of them in the first 3 weeks doesn't mean they're going to keep on this pace. To Paul's point, I think once people start figuring out Miami a little bit more and they start saying, oh, okay, we've got some game film on these guys now. We know what they do well. We know what they don't do well. They're going to be able to figure it out. Because, again, the main component to what makes them tick right now is Tua, and he's the weakest link. And without Tua, if Tua's not playing basically perfect, which he has essentially the first 3 weeks of the season.
Who's their backup?
Some young kid.
Was it Colt McCoy?
No. No, some young kid they drafted who looked phenomenal in the preseason. But
I just feel like Miami is one of those teams that we're going to look back at and be like, hey, man, when they were 3-0 to start the season.
Right.
And
I'm only asking that because like I said, who's their backup? Because I don't think Tua's going to last the season. The kid can't even hold his fucking knees up on week 3, dude. He's done.
He hasn't yet, and he got knocked the fuck out Sunday.
Right. He might be out. I don't think he plays tomorrow.
I don't think
so.
No,
I'm sorry.
Thursday.
2 days. I'm sorry.
The Dolphins are literally trying to murder this kid if they put him out.
Well, Stephen Ross was literally trying to murder this kid.
Right.
Well,
I know. That's
Stephen
what I mean.
Ross was literally willing to throw away his ability to own the fucking Dolphins.
Get rid of this motherfucker.
For
Send.
less. So
right. That's what I'm saying. This kid is not in a safe organization.
Listen, I don't think the Dolphins are for real. I think when you look at let's look around the league real quick. Okay, you got the Dolphins as the last unbeaten team, 3-0.
No, the Eagles.
Sorry, Dolphins and the Eagles.
And Giants.
No, they
Giants
lost
last night to the Cowboys.
Oh my God,
There's
they
one
did.
other one. No, isn't there one?
No, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done. We got 2 left.
So you've got
the Giants.
When you look at compare and contrast real quick the Eagles and the Dolphins, I am 110% sold on the Eagles as the best team in the NFC right now. I am not even remote. I'm not even putting the Dolphins as a playoff team right now.
They're a fucking flash in the pan, bro.
I'm putting the Dolphins as a fringe wild card team.
That's what I think they are. They're fringe wild cards.
You know what I mean? I'm just I like what they got going. I like their talent. I think
it's
they're
fun. It's cool.
They're moving in the right direction for the first time in what feels like 20 years. But this ain't going to be the year.
Damn, if they got Brady, I'd be so mad right now. I'd be bitching up a storm.
If they had
Sean Payton, I'd be
if they had Brady and Peyton right now and they were 3-0, Oh my! We would never fucking you. New
I'd
England,
be sitting up here like Gucci Mane. Put them with
they would,
respect.
the fucking National Guard would have to guard the Tobin Bridge because of how many people would be jumping off of it.
I'd be right there in line. I'd be like, it's taking forever, man. I'm gonna find a different bridge.
Like Jack Kevorkian's just like, okay, I'll let you kill yourself if you want. Sign here. Thank you very much. $15 copay and jump. Bye. Like,
Here's a brick.
here's a break.
Pay that
On the
copay
block,
first.
Yeah, but you got to pay the copay. Oh, your insurance doesn't
We're
cover
gonna
it?
need that back, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh man, insurance next year. Off topic. For real. Projected 18 to 25% increase on insurances next
Not
year.
bussin', dog.
That shit is not busting. Well, I mean, look, keep voting Democrat.
So bad.
I mean,
So bad.
everybody was so mad.
Well, November's coming.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Democrats and leftists fucking, they're
Lunatics.
so goddamn proud. They're so proud up their own ass. They'll just never see the light
I mean,
anyway.
Proud up their ass.
Yep.
The United States, we
They just do a
probably
big, like, whoop.
we
right up their own
probably
ass.
sabotaged the Nord Stream 2 pipeline on our own, and we probably are we are hurtling ourselves towards nuclear war with Russia. So we might not even have a show next year.
Thank God for no more mean tweets, though, right?
Yeah. Anyway, 774-992-8702. Don't even fucking get me started, dude. I could sit here and be like, I could do my Kamala Harris thing and be
We're
like,
turning into a political show right now. No, I'm kidding.
Unlike last week with the Queen. It's like a 23-minute
Jesus.
rant.
Hey, did you know that Floyd Mayweather boxed somebody the other night?
No.
Did he
Yeah,
really?
he did.
He
You
killed
didn't
him?
know that?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather boxed that dude. Asakura or something, some like Asian
His name
guy.
is Asakura.
Yeah, Asakura. Yeah, he
Asukra?
fucking knocked him the fuck out. Yeah, it was bad funny.
Is it
It's an
Asukra?
exhibition match. Yeah, I'm serious.
nah, I had no idea.
Oh yeah, Floyd Mayweather boxing guy.
And he
the other
knocked
night.
him out? No,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
doesn't
look
knock
it
out
up.
anybody.
Yes, he did. He knocked him out.
But to back to football, when you look at the Eagles and the Dolphins, like two totally different ends of the spectrum when you're talking about undefeated teams
Right.
3 weeks into the
If
season.
you put the Eagles against the Dolphins, I'm taking Eagles 35 to like 17.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
even better. Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, the fucking Eagles are legit.
Jalen Hurts is a fucking boss. I've been saying it for like 5 years now.
The Eagles are legit, dude.
Even when he got hurt and Tua came in and the whole Alabama thing and
Yeah.
he transferred, I'm like, damn, that sucks. I'm like, Jalen Hurts is a beast. I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, I know given what you have to offer as far as physical ability and what your mindset is as far as like college and NFL goes, doesn't always translate. But there was something within Jalen Hurts that when I watched him in Alabama, I'm like, damn, dude, this kid's fucking nice. And I'm glad to see his little, like, rocky road with his injury and everything kind of come to play out and him being, like, a true number one starter for an NFL team because I think he deserves it. I think he has the skill. He's definitely the caliber player to lead a team and take them, maybe to a playoff run in the NFL. We'll see. But he's definitely 100. I think he's not maybe not 100, but I would take him 10 out of 10 times over Tua.
Oh, absolutely.
10 out of 10 times over
As
Tua.
a pro, absolutely.
As a pro, absolutely.
And I'm not going to say this
But Tua gets more praise than Jalen Hurts does for some reason, even though he hasn't really done shit.
because people want Tua to be good because
Why?
it's become almost a meme. It's almost like the Tebow effect, right? Jalen Hurts wasn't, he had a great college career. Tua replaced him. Tua comes in, and you have all these Miami fans that sit there and they're like, well, if you extrapolate out, what's going on?
He was 100% right. Floyd Mayweather knocked out this like young boxer in
Like
2
career or
rounds
something.
2 days ago. Ain't nobody heard of this shit.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather boxed the other night.
And then after the fight, confirmed that he's fighting Conor McGregor next year.
Again. They're
Yeah,
gonna
I
do
knew
an
I knew
actual
about
match.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but no, Floyd Mayweather just boxed the other night. I was sitting there at the
But
bar.
is it going to be an exhibition match with Conor, or is it going to be like a?
No, he wants a real fight.
Real
with
fight.
Conor.
I know
Real
Conor
fight.
wanted a real fight, but Mayweather didn't.
No, Mayweather said he's fine with it now.
I mean, he's probably still going to beat him.
Probably.
I mean,
I just want to sing the song again. There's only one Conor McGregor.
listen, man.
But I'm telling you, I was just as surprised as you were right now to learn.
I don't give a fuck what happens that Saturday night. I'll call work and be like, yeah, I'm SL dead.
He's gonna knock out Floyd Mayweather, so you better watch. I remember the whole hour song. That song is the fucking best.
Shit was awesome.
The Irish are going crazy.
Yeah, I told you, dude. I'm like Floyd Mayweather boxed the other night. People were like,
Listen, man.
I was like,
as
what?
someone who is deeply rooted in Irish heritage,
Same.
I am
I guess we are. Yeah.
big time
I'm like 40-something% Irish.
Yeah, but your last name's English, you prick.
We're like 90%.
And the first name's Irish, and the middle
We're
name's
like
English, and last name's
90%
Portuguese.
Irish, and like the only part
No,
about
you're
that.
way more than me.
Like literally, I'm actually more Portuguese than I am Italian, which is funny.
Yeah, and the only thing about us Italian is the last name.
My top two things are Portuguese and Irish.
That's
the
what
most.
we are. And we're like a splash.
Well,
of
no,
Italian.
we're
We're like Newfoundland and England, like whatever. Who gives a fuck?
yeah, we got some goofy noofy.
I got Chinese on you guys though, so you can't.
Yeah.
How do you not know this? Like,
You
Sean-
have Chinese in you?
yes.
Yeah, you didn't know this?
I did. I did a
He's
23.
like 2% Asian.
It's not that high.
I don't trust this motherfucker.
I know, right?
You work
Joey
for
is-
a bank?
Kayfabe.
Okay, my bad.
So I did one of the 23andMe things, and it came back My wife bought it for me. It came back 0.1% Chinese, and I'm like, Konnichiwa. I'm like, this is amazing,
Wu-Tang.
it's been-
Straight out Staten Island.
dude. I've used it. I've used it for like 5 years now. I'm like, it's the fucking funniest shit that popped up on my
That's
thing.
awesome.
My family just slept all the way through Europe and banged one Chinese person.
I
You're
forget what-
probably related to Genghis Khan somehow.
That's Mongolian.
Yeah, but he fucked mad people. All like literally had sex with and impregnated.
Yep, I'm there.
They say
I
that
forget what I was.
They say that
exactly.
like some
I
like
see what I
massive
screenshot.
percentage of the
I'm like
population
9%.
right now. No, they say that like a massive percentage of the population is technically related through Genghis Khan because of how many women he impregnated.
I'm like a deep descendant of like.
He had sex with mad bitches.
No,
Yeah, he did.
No, you're right. But like, I have so many things, and like, I forgot one of my. It says like I possibly share a bloodline with Thomas Jefferson, but not like direct.
That's cool, yeah.
Not direct. It's like
We're
cousins.
not direct. We have
Oh,
Jonathan
wow.
Hopkins. He signed the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, wow, Hopkins
So,
pretty cool.
Yeah, Hopkins is
But
in
it's
our
like
bloodline.
it's bloodline.
so-
It's like it could be like a second, third cousin from
yeah,
his sister's
yeah,
marriage.
That's
yeah.
how ours is pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah. So like we're like
no,
we're
I think
like,
our grandmother was a direct descendant of John Hopkins.
yeah, but our grandmother, ex facto, no bloodline.
Oh, right, yeah, that's true too. Right.
You know,
yeah, yeah.
so yeah. So
That was like my
we-
grandfather. He
Right.
just
So
had a
we don't have
family.
bloodline to him, but like the people we know, who
Yeah.
know, you know, say over here on the Mayflower and shit.
because Nana was definitely a direct descendant,
Yes, but
but obviously mom was adopted. So
Right.
But that's cool because I don't know like a lot of my family for whatever reason. Like the family just he was like not like adopted, but he was like given away, so he doesn't know like his own heritage. And
yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah.
So it came. Yeah, that was my grandfather. He was like given away, and then
given away.
yeah.
We have slave babies. You know,
Well, our
Essentially.
my
You never know, yeah.
great grandfather was killed in a bar fight downtown New Bedford.
right outside Freestones.
Yep, got punched in the face, knocked out, fell, hit his head, died.
Bang.
Internal bleeding.
Yep,
No,
and
just hit his head, died,
and you know what the cops did? They were like, yeah,
He's Irish.
He's Irish.
Oh well.
oh well. So that's why I have that Irish, help wanted, Irish not need apply sign in my basement.
The brogue.
It's a constant reminder as to how the Irish were treated in this country.
Shh, can't say
Not
that.
not that long ago.
Can't say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Many people should educate themselves before they run their fucking mouth.
But yeah, no, mine came back with like 11 countries, and I was like, oh, that makes all the
I
sense
was
in the world.
praying for like just any sliver of African.
Nothing. I got 0.0.
I just wanted just like anything, like just literally like give me 1%.
I got Scandinavian. I was like, oh, I'm a Viking too. I'm like,
I was
this
like,
is
give me
awesome.
1% because then I would just keep that, like I would have that screenshot printed on a card.
1%
1% African, and every
you-
time I just be running around using the N word, be like, nope, it's fine, I'm African.
So I can, although
I'm
never
like
mind.
Rachel Dolezal and Sean. Was it Sean fucking? What's his name? Fucking Talcum X there.
Oh my God, what is
I
his
can't
name?
think.
Sean King.
Sean King. Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Just white people who just be like, I'm black, and you're like, no, you're not, and they're like, okay, I made
so,
a mistake.
So when I say
You know, Rachel Dolezal has an OnlyFans now.
no,
Yeah, facts. Hold on. Rachel Dolezal was that politician that pretended to be black.
no,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
not
yeah,
pretended.
yeah.
She is 100% positive that she is African American.
Like
no,
the
no, no.
albino
She had to
looking
come out.
chick.
She's come out and apologized. And
She's
said
like
she was-
albino looking, right? Curly hair kind of
No,
thing.
she's
like,
not even
Yeah,
albino.
yeah. I know. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Like you're straight white. Like you are. You are.
Do you know the
Caucasian.
Do you know the Dolphins coach? He considers himself African American.
The Dolphins coach, the geeky kid with the
Mike Daniels.
the Poindexter.
Yeah, he says he's African American. I'm dead serious. I'm not joking around. I'm not making a joke about the race thing. Me being 0.1% Chinese, hysterical. I use that for everything.
Yep, I remember that chick. Yep. Yeah, that's great. I never did 23andMe. I just go off of what his was.
No, you can't do that
Why? How do you
because
figure?
your percentages change.
What? Through what? He's my fucking blood brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only way you'd be
I
exactly
mean,
the
I'm
same
not
as him
gonna,
is if you were
I'm not gonna
twins.
lie. Rachel Dolezal for an older chick.
I'm dead serious.
So I could be black.
You could,
I would.
No,
Oh.
I mean maybe, but I was like, because it's possible. But I'm like, your percentages would be different. Like that's why you're different than him because your percentages like change like ever so slightly. Like
Oh, shit.
you might come up as more Irish than him, and
So
he
what do you
might-
have to do the 23andMe to have like shit in a cup or something like that?
Oh my! If you
Dude,
send
she's
shit in a
she's
cup,
kind of ripped.
if you send shit in a cup, they're gonna be like, first of all, fuck
I mean,
you.
her face still is a little meh, but.
So what do? You pee
You
in
have
a
to
cup?
spit a lot into a tube.
Spit.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
dude,
lot of
look,
spit.
See, Rachel,
Really?
she's doing feet. She's doing feet pictures too.
Why,
Yo, she's
why did I
got
look?
bunions, bro. She needs to get that thing from TikTok.
that out of
straightens
there.
It out.
No, but look, Sean, like look. That's,
No.
that's Rachel. No, that's Rachel Dolezal on OnlyFans.
I turned the screen. I can't see shit.
God damn it, dude.
Nah,
She got fake abs.
nah.
I mean, dude, she's not bad.
Big pass. Big pass.
Ew. Ew.
Ew.
Big pass.
Oh.
That's you.
I'm
No,
just saying, dude.
ew.
It's not bad. It's not. It's really not
It
bad.
ain't good.
That chick
I mean,
sucks,
look. I mean,
bro.
yeah. Like, I mean, her face still looks like, you know, she
No.
she looks like the substitute teacher that you can't tell if she's hot or not. You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
ain't good.
But then you see her OnlyFans and you're like,
Nah.
all right, Miss D.
You're not gonna sign up.
All right, Miss D. I'll take you out. I'm just saying.
What about that teacher that did make an OnlyFans and all her high school students signed up and she had to basically quit school?
Probably made mad more money off the OnlyFans.
She did because she got all the dads to sign up too.
Yeah.
She's dead serious. She's like she made like $200,000 in like 3
I don't
weeks.
doubt it at all.
I was blown away when she said she made $200,000 in like a month. I was like, what?
Dude, I'm telling you, we need to start an OnlyFans, and it's just us like it's like Paul Blart, the mall cop.
You're just playing that noise all the time for every image you post. Oh,
Paul Flart, the mall cop, and just like every time we fart, we just like rip ass, and we're just like,
Oh.
I can't stand that noise anymore.
all right, 774-992-8702. All right, let's wrap this thing up a little bit here. Let's start putting a happy little bow
Ime.
on this. All right, so let's
Dude,
talk about.
it's big news.
This is huge news, and we said this immediately because we got off the air last Tuesday. I believe this
Happened
broke
Wednesday.
night. This broke.
No,
right-
Wednesday morning.
It was like Wednesday. No, it was like late Wednesday afternoon.
No, it was like 12:30 a.m. It was like a Shams or a Woj bomb. Woj bomb. Thank you, Woj. And he's just like, Celtics could be suspending their coach for the year. And everyone was like, "The fuck did you say?"
No, this was Wednesday night because it was I was in bed
You were okay.
and I would because I go to bed early on Wednesdays because I have to work early on Thursdays. You know, it's my one day I have to wake up. So I was in bed and I'm scrolling through Twitter. I did my Wordle, you know, made sure I did that.
I
But
quit on that word. I gotta go back on that.
really, it's so much fun to me still. I did that, and then I'm scrolling through Twitter and I see the Woj thing, and I remember and I tweeted at Woj. I'm like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me! Like this is all you're gonna. You can't just fucking come out and say, oh, the Celtics might be suspending their head coach for the year. He might be getting fired. We don't know, but stay tuned. We'll bring you more." I'm like, no. This isn't an episode of Game of Thrones, you fucking dickbag. You don't get to leave us with a fucking cliffhanger. What the fuck is your problem? Now, looking back at it, he really didn't have any idea as to what was really going to happen. He just knew that this was major. And major this is. Now, the rumors, and I think we all kind of figured it out. I mean, I said this at work Thursday morning.
Mm-hmm.
When I said to my buddy, I got one of my buddies at work he's a huge Celtics fan. And he's like, I'm like, dog, what's up with the head coach? And he just shrugs. He goes, dude, I don't fucking know. And I'm like, well, he's definitely fucking somebody's wife or somebody's daughter.
Both.
It's the only logical explanation is that he nailed someone's wife or someone's daughter that he shouldn't have. And, like, because, look, this is the NBA, okay? Because everybody was speculating, like, oh, well, maybe it's the NBA and they're going hard in the paint on the Me Too movement thing, and he committed adultery, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, first of all, you're in the NBA. It's in your contract. You must commit X amount of adultery each year. Otherwise, you're going to be fined for every instance of adultery you do not commit.
Matt Barnes.
If you don't cheat on your wife at least 36 times over the course of 82 games, you're going to be fined like $100,000 per instance that you don't.
Ex-NBA player Matt Barnes came out and said, absolutely fucking ridiculous that this is even a thing. Celtics should be embarrassed for suspending their coach over something that happens all the time. He's seen it hundreds of times during his NBA career. He came out later and said something different, but that's the original statement.
He also came out later and said,
the next day,
you know what? I went to bat for this guy. I defended him, and I didn't have all the facts, and I saw how much my tweet got shared, and I saw how much this whole thing blew up, and I hope everybody listens to this tweet as much as they did the first one.
Yep.
I was wrong. This is not a normal situation, is what he basically came out and said. And apparently the Celtics locker room, Ime's lost the locker room.
yeah.
My guess is, the rumor, the one that makes the most sense is that he was banging the VP, the vice president of the Celtics' wife. It got out, or they discovered it. They told him to stop and gave him opportunities to cease his actions, and he didn't. And kept going with it. And then I think he also was probably nailing somebody else. I don't know who else.
J. Cole's pissed. J. Cole is pissed.
Yes,
right now.
J. Cole is pissed because J. Cole would love Nia Long in all the wrong ways.
And Tia and Tamara sisters.
Yeah.
Yes. You remember the song, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they tweeted out, "Oh, I'm gonna buy the new J. Cole album." He tweets at them, "No."
Yeah, J. Cole's pissed. You cheated on Nia Long, motherfucker! I knew it. That's what he was saying. He's like, I knew I was too young for that bitch.
But even Nia Long tweeted out like, "Shoot your shot."
Did she?
Yeah.
Hey J. Cole, do it.
The story. Go ahead. There you go. The story that seems to be gaining the most traction is that it was the woman in charge of travel for the team. No, the woman in charge of travel for the team, for the players'
But
wives.
whose wife is she? Who's she married to? Or whose daughter is she?
Well,
because there's no way in fucking hell.
She directly reports to Ime.
Right, but it doesn't matter who she reports to. It matters whose wife and or daughter she is. Because there's no way in hell you are going to tell me that this guy who just got you within 2 wins of a championship, his first year as a head coach, is getting suspended for a year and probably fired.
Because there's some random ass chick who works in the fucking locker room.
Banging a staffer that works for the team.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, he's never.
Facts.
They've already said he's never going to coach a Celtics game again. They said there's no way.
None. I know this. He's going to be fired. I mean, the Celtics, the way that they left the press conference when they announced that he was going to be suspended for the year.
Nope, he's going
when
to
they officially
walk away.
Then they're going to coerce him to
Done,
resign.
done deal, donezo.
He's all done.
He was definitely fucking somebody's daughter or wife or both.
It was a family member of somebody for sure.
Absolutely.
And then it was consensual until it no longer was consensual. And then
it was consensual until the husband or father found out that it was happening. And then they said, you're going to say this wasn't consensual and that he was making passes at you. And you had no choice because he was an authority figure. And we're going to use the Me Too movement to make this go away and make you look like the victim here. And we're going to throw him under the bus.
For whatever fucking reason.
So listen, he is all done. I immediately think that this tanks the Celtics this season. Sorry.
Yeah, we're fucked.
It's a huge distraction.
Yeah, this is.
I don't care about Brogdon anymore. I don't care about any of these fucking guys. It's already a loss.
I mean, it's going to be because the distraction in itself is going to be so real that I don't think any of this is really going to fucking matter. Like the regular season is going to matter. Nothing's going to happen.
They asked Brad Stevens if he wanted to come back and coach. That to me, that states he's gone.
Did you see Brad Stevens'
said no
press conference?
Yes.
When they announced he was being suspended, they interviewed him, and he was like getting choked up and like teary-eyed over it. Like,
yeah.
Was it Brad Stevens' wife?
No, it was not. No, she wasn't. She's not even anywhere. She's not even anywhere close to the team.
No, I don't know who it could be. I mean, I'm trying to think. I'm like, I don't really know.
It's probably it's an executive's daughter, niece, or something.
I heard it was the rumor. It was the vice president's wife.
I don't even know who that is for sure.
The VP?
Maybe, but she's in charge. Is she in charge of
The
marketing?
VP of what, owner or
Did
what?
you know the Celtics took down their whole administrative section on the website? Like, if you go to it, it doesn't exist. The page doesn't exist anymore.
Really?
Because everyone was just like, it's this bitch right here, and then they just deleted everybody.
Yeah,
off the
Heather
page.
Walker.
Texas Ranger.
Boston Rain.
I mean, I don't know.
The Bills just signed Xavier Rhodes just now. Former Colts cornerback.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
He just came back.
Oh, nice, good for them.
I'm not saying she's definitely not Nia Long.
So who is she related to?
She
We don't
is
know.
the wife of the vice president of the Celtics.
Oh shit.
But it's all just eventually it's gonna come
So
out.
was he banging her, or did he make a pass at her?
No, it was sex.
Oh,
Full on.
there was
Multiple.
unprotected penetration.
There may have been protection. We don't know about that.
Probably not.
Maybe.
There's probably not.
Could have been anal.
We
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Ime Udoka's alleged affair was with Kathleen Nemo Lynch, wife of Celtics VP Patrick Lynch.
Oh, so he's fucked. You can't fucking go bang the vice president's daughter, dude, or wife, I'm sorry, and expect to, like, keep your job, dude. Was that really worth it? Like, was it?
Maybe to him.
Are you kidding me, though? Really? Fucking idiot. Like, what a fucking moron.
I mean, what sucks most is for Patrick Lynch because now he can't divorce her unless she signed a prenup. Like, he can't do anything about it because
he might be.
no, because
It doesn't
adultery's
matter.
not a crime in Massachusetts, dude. It doesn't matter.
Oh my god, really?
It's not. There's nothing he can do.
Hire a hitman. Bye.
Little Jewish lightning.
Yep.
I
Whoops.
don't know who this is. Oh, this guy's from ET Now, Entertainment Tonight. Multiple sources can confirm that Celtics female staffer's affair with Celtics coach Ime Udoka was uncovered by her husband when he overheard their
on
private
the Ring doorbell.
on a Ring doorbell camera.
Idiots.
He's
I mean, idiots for doing the whole thing. Like, dude, you got Nia Long at home, and this chick, like, what the fuck?
no,
like,
the husband found out of the other bourbon.
Nia Long. Who cheats on Nia Long?
Ime.
Like Ime Udoka, like
No,
dog.
you're like washed the fuck up. Dude.
I know,
you
but
got,
like,
one of like the best like black
Ime,
female actresses of
you
like
ain't
all
even
time. Like,
you ain't even Lamar Odom, bro.
This
you're
was
not
Jalen
even
Brown.
like a B-lister, bro.
This is Jalen Brown's reaction to seeing Nia Long is single.
yeah, Jake Holes.
Jacob.
Yeah, Jake Holes like, yeah, baby. That's crazy. What an idiot. Good. See you later. Good riddance. You're a fucking moron. Goodbye.
Ime's like, I'm banging Nia Long, and then all of a sudden he does this.
And then,
And then a little.
All right. I know nothing about the guy, interim head coach for the Celtics. I know nothing about him.
who is he?
Nobody does. Nobody knew anything about Ime Udoka last
Nobody
year
was
either.
prepared to know anything
He
about
was.
the
He's
interim
the.
head
He was
coach.
the
Right, no
assistant
one
to
thought
Ime.
they were gonna have to.
Yeah, they're
Like,
like,
no
wait,
one, no
what?
one knew that Ime Udoka was going to be out there.
Scramble.
I mean, look, and I'm going to use this as a noun now. Anytime anybody gets fucked,
Joe Mazzulla.
anytime anybody gets fucked, they got Udoka. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like They feel like Alyssa Milano's fucking lawyer in what the fuck was that movie? I'm on. What the fucking cheap shot? Sue them. I'm on it. I'm on it.
Oh yeah, the
When he's
Family
on-
Guy thing. Yeah.
I'm on it. I'm on it. Who the hell is the fucking interim head coach? I'm on it. No, I'm already on it.
I'm
Like,
on it. I'm on it.
Crazy. Like, who the fuck knew that was gonna happen, dude? Oh. Yep.
That was the sound that Nia Long was making when she found out she's getting half of his money.
Yeah. And she don't do shit no more, and he's getting paid. So you know
But
what? Good
I mean,
for
look.
her.
I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to this. Like, first of all, you're dumb if you're cheating on Nia Long. Second of all, you're dumber by fucking your boss's wife. Like, you're just kind of asking for it at that point. But I know it's like a big dick swinging thing, and it's like, haha, I could fuck your wife. And it's like, okay, yeah, but his wife's clearly trash. If she is the one, let's also put it out there that this is unconfirmed.
It's like
We
that
don't
old saying, "Go just because you can doesn't mean you should."
Right. I could put GTR badges on an Altima, but I shouldn't.
Yeah, facts.
You
Big
know?
facts. Yeah,
And I
Yeah.
could drive that Altima,
yeah.
as an Altima is meant to be driven, which
Yeah.
is obnoxiously
Right.
Sean looking in your general direction.
Do you know I'm just getting rid of that car because I just can't stand fucking people
I
talking
cannot
about it.
believe you have an Altima.
I've had it for like a decade.
Big Ultima energy, bro.
It's a
You
reliable,
swerve.
cheap, inexpensive car, and it gets the job done.
It really does.
I mean, we took it to
When I
Foxwoods
leave
one
here-
time.
It has,
It was
has,
nice.
has a large interior cabin.
When
I'm
me
pretty
and
happy.
Sean leave here, I take the long block, and usually Sean backs up and goes up, and I still can't believe to this day, like 90% of the time, I beat him.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
I don't care.
wow. I'm like, why is Sean driving like that? Like normal. He's in an Altima.
Right?
He should literally
Should be going
be
reckless.
like power sliding his ass end out in front of my truck at like 90 miles an hour.
I should have hit you at least twice.
Yeah, with like the front tires roasting, like like
I
big
mean,
Ultimate energy.
There
bro.
is nothing more. There is nothing I fear more on the highway
Than an
than
Altima.
a white Altima with a banged up fender
with some dings in it. Yo.
and a woman driving.
and a Rhode Island plate.
Yep.
and a woman.
Oh, the Rhode Island.
That
plate.
is
that throws the real king.
Just
in it.
devastatingly scary.
You have no. That just throws like that factor, like the
It's like-
surprise factor. You don't know what's gonna happen.
It's like being at a car show when a dude in a Mustang starts doing a burnout. You're like, oh my god, run!
yeah.
Honest to God, funniest shit ever. Like I love watching those videos.
What, Mustangs running over unsuspecting pedestrians?
Yeah, just the guys like crash immediately.
Yep. It's usually
Think
always
what
a Mustang.
It's always a Mustang. It's always a Mustang. It never fails. It never fails. But all right, boys, let's wrap it there. Let's touch real quick on obviously Albert Pujols,
700.
700 home runs. What an amazing fucking accomplishment. Thank God it happened, because if
know.
he had finished the season with like 698 or 699, I probably would have just.
What a sock, dude.
It would have been the ultimate case of sports blue balls.
No, they would have had him come back like that Bernie Mac movie, Mr. 3000. Come back and hit a couple of balls.
I would hope so.
No,
I
but
was
he
like, if
already said
doesn't
he
hit
already said
700,
like this is it. Whether or not I don't care. He's like, I don't care if I hit 699, and he's like, I'm not coming back next year. I'm done.
And he got it. He did it organically. It was as
It
pure
was-
as the fucking driven snow. It was just
Loved it.
perfect. It was awesome.
It was
I still
pure,
can't believe the Cardinals got rid of him.
It was as pure as Peruvian face fuel delivered by Jesus himself.
Imagine if he played his entire career in St. Louis, like how like unbelievable that would have been. And St. Louis
Yeah.
was like, nah, your career's
He
over.
went to Anaheim for how many years?
9.
9.
Yeah.
He had a
9
whole
years.
other career.
Yeah, he was.
I think
he was there
I think
for
he
a while.
like mentored
A
Mike
decade.
Trout.
Yeah.
He was there for a decade.
Yeah.
About, right?
Mike Trout is ready to retire too. He's like, I'm gonna be following you, man. Give me another year.
Yeah.
Seriously.
He's
Mike
the-
Trout and Otani are like, this is cool. We're pretty fucking nasty, but
We're
fuck
rich.
out. You want to fuck
See ya.
out? Like, let's
Yeah.
get the fuck out. But yeah, it was
Just working 4 days a week.
Just-
fucking sucks.
I had the video clipped and cut, but MLB has been so absurdly over the top defensive about showing the Pujols home runs.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to jeopardize the stream
and
to
anything
do
with
it.
Edwin.
Oh yeah,
Anything.
Yeah, just, you can't touch
Anything.
shit.
you
can't
show a
touch
picture
it.
of a trumpet. If you like slowly drag it onto the screen,
Ah!
take the whole video down.
Ban.
you're like,
Okay,
and
thank
Facebook's like, you have committed a felony, and it's like, no, I haven't. They're like,
Yeah.
in our world, you did.
You got
I give you
motherfuckers kicking
I
in
give
your
you
door.
credit. Like I went in the Rowan page of the day and I saw like a ton of stuff that you responded to. I'm like, holy shit, we're getting tagged on stuff I posted like 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, it's just
I'm like,
it comes
what
at,
the hell?
It's basically a full-time job at this point, just running the Facebook page, which is why I keep telling you guys, don't stop doing what you're doing, and tell Miguel, don't stop doing what he's doing,
Yeah.
because
Poor Miguel.
I just want I'll
Andrew
fight,
Jackson,
I'll
don't
fight,
stop doing what you're doing.
I'll fight the yes, Hunting, word, my dog. I'll fight the good fight on our end. Don't worry about that. Like, you know what I mean? If we got to get something taken down, so be it. It gets taken down. But I would rather our followers get the best quality content that they can find, because that's what it's really all about. We're here to provide you, the listeners, our followers, with fun, entertaining shit.
Yeah.
Hey. If you decide to be undecided,
Which one are you?
which one are you? I fucking love that kid. On TikTok, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I'm pretty
He's
sure.
fucking awesome.
I'm pretty sure our page is like shadow banned though, because sometimes
100% we are right now. Right now we
because,
are, yeah.
Like that Mac Jones video I saw got like 45 shares, 50 shares, and I'm like, all right, that seems about normal. And like the other stuff that got posted, like 6 views. I'm like, how the fuck does that
Yeah,
happen?
no, we're definitely shadow banned right now for whatever reason. I don't know
Too
why.
much cursing.
They hate us.
Yeah,
No,
well,
it's cursing too.
They
I
hate us
think.
because they ain't us, bitch.
it's because Facebook is a dying platform, and
Like YouTube is like if you have a lot of swearing in your YouTube videos,
listen,
they'll
I'm
push them
telling
down
you,
the page.
I'm telling you right now, we might have to make the jump over to Rumble.
What the hell is Rumble?
Andrew Tate just went over to Rumble.
What the hell is Andrew Tate?
What?
What?
Oh, is it that bald guy that we always wear
Yeah,
sunglasses?
who
Oh,
very
okay.
talks like very matter of factly about how you should do this, and I've came from this, and you could build yourself to be this because of this.
And also, fuck bitches, get money.
He seems
Yeah.
like a scam artist.
He's a loser.
He
He's a
probably is, but
douche.
he's
Yeah.
He's the ultimate
Guy,
purge.
I could do the same thing he does,
Right, but
like
Pyramid scheme.
but show me where he's wrong.
facts.
You know what I mean? Like there's times where he's trolling and he's an asshole, and it's like, okay, you're just clearly trolling. But a lot of the times when he's speaking, you're like, yeah, like when he's talking about how men get completely fucked over in this country, like in terms of like child support and divorces and
Yes.
things like that. Like we're just talking about it. The VP of the Celtics can't even fucking legally divorce his wife unless she signed a prenup because she's still gonna get half of his shit, even though she went slip, trip, fell on Ime's big black dick, and he's sitting there looking like a fucking asshole, and he's like, well, I want to divorce you. Well, you can't. Because why? Because she owns half your shit. Yeah. Even though she went and fucked some other dude, you as a man are powerless to do anything about it. And that is fucking bullshit.
Right.
And that's what Andrew Tate does. But Rumble, dude, Rumble is the
Never even heard of it.
it's the counter to YouTube. It's the free speech alternative to YouTube.
Yeah.
Rumble.com.
It's the
Bro, really? You're not on Rumble yet?
I have no idea.
The only thing Rumble lacks right now is like
I just
So-
got TikTok.
YouTube is one of those things like I can go on YouTube and like figure out how to change the headlight in my mom's Mercedes
Yeah.
in like 3 seconds. Rumble doesn't have that yet. But what Rumble does have is if you're politically inclined or free speech inclined, I should say, and it doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you fall on, they don't ban left or right. Like you're allowed, if you're Antifa, you're allowed to put up fucking videos. If you're some crazy fucking right wing, you know, whatever, like hard right wing fucking dickbag, nutbag, whatever, like you're allowed to put up shit. Like, and they let the users choose what they want and what they like. It's a true free speech platform, and you're gonna start seeing them. The parallel economy, boys. I'm telling you, it's coming.
facts.
It's already here. We're already starting to see it. Rumble's now. I mean, Rumble just became a publicly traded company. Like I want to say, like a week or two ago.
Shit, did we get in on that?
This is news breaking to me. Never even heard of this. I'm googling it right now.
Yeah, Rumble's the shit, dude. I already got the app. I got everything. I got an account on there. The whole nine. Rumble's where it's at. I mean, Facebook's a dying platform. Facebook fucked up because Facebook is censoring. Because you got to remember, Facebook is for old people now. Facebook is the old people thing, right? Remember, like, I always used to bitch, like, and complain on Facebook, like, yo, you're too old, let go, get off social media, like, you're not, this isn't for you. Well, Facebook has become that, but Facebook doesn't understand is that, and there's a reason why if you look at their business and their stock price and everything else, it's gone through the floor over the last, like, 2-3 months, because they're banning and getting rid of the majority of their demographic, which are older people. And older people who are like 45 and up, which is the majority of people who use Facebook now, are conservative. And they're getting rid of conservative speech, and people who are conservative are dumping Facebook. So, you know, it is what it is.
Did not our friend just get a temporary ban for
30 days,
for
yes.
talking about
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Netflix special?
Yes.
Yep.
And they're like, oh yeah, we made a mistake. We're taking you off a ban. But it's like he got banned for talking about a Netflix TV show.
Yep.
He got a 30-day ban for mentioning Jeffrey Dahmer
That's it.
in a post.
That's it.
And then he fought it and won and got the 30-day ban removed. But still, the fact that they were that trigger happy to ban you for talking about a Netflix, because that's how desperate Facebook is to silence conservatives. And I'm not going to go into a huge political rant right now at the end of the show. But they're so desperate to ban conservatives because the problem with big tech, and when we say, you know, the 2020 election was rigged, like I don't mean necessarily it was rigged with, like, you know, stuffing ballot boxes or, you know, Dominion voting machines or anything like that.
But whatever.
Which
yeah.
It was, but that's neither here nor there. You can just watch 2,000 Mules and make that decision on your own. But what it was rigged was when you look at like the Hunter Biden laptop story, when you look at all this stuff like Tony Bobulinski coming out and saying like, yes, I was in the room. The big guy is Joe Biden that Hunter is referring to. This is his laptop. This is him smoking crack. Yes, Burisma. He is in bed with the Chinese. He is making all this sorts of money. That story was silenced. I mean, the New York Post was banned from Twitter because they wrote that article. They banned a major newspaper's Twitter account because they had an article that went against their narrative. And when you look at the CEO of Twitter, when you look at Zuckerberg, I mean, Zuckerberg just admitted on Joe Rogan's show the other day that the FBI approached him and said it would be wise for you to, be on the lookout, quote unquote, for this Russian disinformation, which disinformation is now just code for shit I don't agree with.
Right.
So, like, oh, you're a conservative and you support Donald Trump? That's Russian disinformation.
Right.
You're what are they calling us now? Not neo-fascist, but partial fascists or so, whatever it is. Like, they
don't care.
Yeah.
Fuck them all.
So pseudo-fascist or whatever. Like
Yeah.
they're like, you're all pseudo-Nazis. So basically, if anybody calls you a Nazi, it's because they don't agree with you. And they don't have anything to actually debate you with, so they're just going to drop down to the lowest common denominator, the easiest, lowest hanging fruit, and they're going to call you a racist, a bigot, and a Nazi because now, instead of actually having debate you on the topic at hand, now they're just forcing you to prove to them that you are not a bigot, a racist, or a Nazi, rather than talking about the subject that is actually being brought up.
Right.
That's the left's playbook. Saul Alinsky, just go look it up. It's just so fucking easy. I don't know how I'm the only one, I feel like, in my friend circle that knows any of this shit, but god damn it, like, fucking figure it out. Read a book once or twice. I don't know. Like, stop fucking, like, just dicking off and looking at all the shit that's whatever. Fuck you. I'm not going to even get fucking started. But anyway, let's wrap it up there, boys.
Yeah.
Good show. Great show. Can't wait for week 4. Bengals, Dolphins, Thursday night. Who you guys got? Who you taking?
I'm
I'm
going to
taking
go Bengals.
Bengals.
Yeah,
Me
I went
too.
Bengals too.
I'm going
because-
Bengals.
I'm going Bengals.
Like I said, Dolphins are smoke and mirrors, man.
Well, it might not. No Tua, potentially.
Still, Bengals.
Even with Tua.
Actually, no Tua. They have a good chance of winning now.
Yeah, I know.
I take that back.
No
Yeah,
Tua
right.
might be a better chance. The Bengals are vastly overrated, but I still think they're going to get
They're
the
still
job
going
done.
to give up 9 sacks, but they'll still win.
Facts.
Yeah, I know.
We'll be back next Tuesday night. So we got next Tuesday and then the Tuesday after. Then I'm on vacation for a week, so we're going to miss a week in there. So we get 2 more shows after this one and then a week off. And then we'll be back. And, by the way, Dega is Sunday.
Yeah.
Dega, bitch.
Yeah.
Dega. If you are ever going to watch a NASCAR race
Watch
all
this
season long, this is the one you want to watch. The
Facts.
Dega playoff race. Shit is finna get wild. Let's just hope the weather holds up because we got a hurricane coming through. And that would be really, really shitty.
It's gonna be bad. 4.
Yes,
Stage 4.
yes. To all of our friends and family in Florida, especially on the West Coast, Tampa area, Brett, all you guys, all my boys in the Beef Castle Bad Boys group, stay safe down there, please. This thing's looking like it's gonna be a Cat 3 or 4 by the time it makes landfall.
Yeah, it should be
First
pretty
time
bad.
in like 100 years or something.
Yeah, that's
The
pretty
West
bad.
Coast of Florida is gonna take a direct hit.
Yeah.
From a hurricane. So, yeah, please be safe down there. It's Mother Nature, man. This is nothing to fuck with. Really isn't. I know it's all fun and games, but it's all fun and games till it ain't.
Shit, it's a fan.
Also, last thing I know, we'll get off the air. Miles Garrett. I don't know how that fucking guy walked out of that car fine. He went to the hospital. You see his car? Miles Garrett's car?
Porsche,
I'll
bro.
have to check it
It's a
out.
Porsche.
The car is demolished.
It's a Porsche.
Oh, there you go.
He had one of the what are the 4-door
No,
Panamera.
the Panameras.
Panameras.
but it was still like you
Really
see
had a Panamera, all that money, and he
you
bought
see
a
you see the
Panamera.
size of him and you see the car and you're like, how'd
Yeah,
you have
but
no
still,
injuries?
though, he bought a Panamera. What a douche.
Sick roll cage in that thing though.
Well, there's a lot of Porsches that, depending on if you buy it in the European or
Porsche's
American market, they come with a roll cage.
Yeah, well, Porsche.
Panamera's a whack, though.
Porsche made Myles Garrett walk out of a car
Porsche is
unscathed.
dope. Porsche is known to be one of the most highly reliable,
Safe.
like, high-end cars
Yeah.
you could possibly buy.
Safe, very safe. If you have the money, if you can afford a Porsche, I would highly recommend you do it.
Yep.
So on that note, boys, all right, let's get out of here. We'll be back next Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. right here on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. Thank you all for joining us. I am Joey Fats for Plizzy and Mr. Betancourt. We will catch you all next
Yay.
week. Y'all be easy. Yay.
Adios.
Peace.